The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 400, being recorded on June the 9th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Merrow is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey everybody, it's gaming week. It's unofficial E3 gaming week, and I'm excited.
It is game week, yes. Unfortunately, I have to work all week, so I'm like missing everything. But I'm catching up on trailers of stuff that I'm interested in. And there's some exciting shit out there, man. There's a lot of cool stuff, so I'm excited to talk about it. Yeah, we're back. Mayo could not make it this week. He is out on recovery. He just had surgery. Something about his arm or his shoulder blade or some what happened to him?
I think it was his shoulder.
His rotator cuff, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the rotator cuff. Because of course, Mayo, you, Jesus, me, and like other, we all kind of do, a lot of manual labor. So I've actually got a couple of drivers where I work that have had that same surgery.
Yeah, but remember, I think this happened when didn't his dog like pull him down a hill or something one time?
Yeah. Something that I didn't realize, like how big was this hill in Ohio that he go tumbling down, like, was it like 50 feet? Like,
yeah, it's like a big hill. Like the dog found the steepest hill in Ohio and was like, fuck it, I'm going to drop my owner down this motherfucker.
That's a little dog too. So like, Mayo must be like 100 pounds. I don't know. Like, is he a big guy? I thought he was.
I thought he was too. He Mayo's like 5'4". Fucking dog is bigger than him.
Like at least 6 foot, right? If he's just tumbling down, breaking arms.
Fucking Mayo.
Or maybe it was a rocky hill that he
maybe
pulled him down.
It had to have been something weird like that. But yeah, he said the dog pulled him down the hill, and remember he said that after that he felt a lot of pain. Then he went to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Yeah, your rotator cuff is shot, dude. Like you need to go get a new one." But I'm assuming it wasn't just the dog. I'm assuming you're probably right. It's probably just over the years driving, driving a forklift, you're rotating your arms in the same position every time. And usually when you drive a forklift, you're using the same arm, right? You're using like the arm or whatever. You're using the right arm to handle the controls, and you're driving with your left arm. So you're constantly rotating your left arm left and right and left and right and left and right. So like, yeah, like forklifts, all these like what do you call it? Like working in manufacturing since I've been 18 or whatever, I noticed that a lot of machinery is made for right-handed people. Like everything is made for right-handed people. Everything, like drill presses, lathes, even like even the CNC machines, like the machines that are made to like machine stuff. Like you put in numbers and you program whatever, and then you machine stuff. All that stuff is made for right-handed people. Like, it's kind of weird, but it is. Like, forklifts are made for right-handed. Everything's made for right-handed people. Like, it's rare that you see,
I'm lefty. What about you?
I'm right-handed.
Yeah. But like, it's Jesus, when I was younger, in my early 20s, like, but I got used to it because I actually bat right-handed. So, driving a forklift, like, in my 20s at this warehouse.
Used to it.
Yeah. It was easy to get used to. But I can't write with my right hand or anything.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I remember when I started, my coworker told me that back in the day, like, back in LA, right? Back in the day when, like, back in the day, he said that he used to work manufacturing in LA, back when LA had manufacturing. And he said that one of the first things that an employer would look at when you would go in to apply at like a machine shop, they would watch you when you filled out your application. And if you filled out your application with your left hand, they would take your application and throw it away.
Oh man,
they would just throw it away because they're like, nope, we don't want left-handed people. We don't want left because once you hire a lefty, you have to they have to learn how to use the machines with their right hand, and they're not right-handed, so they're less efficient.
Yeah,
because you have to be able to move the part out of the machine with your left hand. So like this guy's not going to be as efficient as the other. So they would just throw your application away. I was like, oh, that's pretty hardcore, dude. Like, that's some hardcore ass shit right there, dude. Like, but yeah, he said that was like a big thing back in the day. Like, people watch you how you filled out your application. You were a lefty.
You would think racism or like height or color would be like the worst thing, but yeah, now it's like what hand you use.
What hand do you use, man?
Day, I guess.
What hand do you use there, boy? Oh fuck! I use my out of here. Fuck out of here. Down bottom of the pile, your application goes. Yeah, that's weird, but he told me that was a thing back in the day. But yeah, man, like fucking I'm like, that's crazy. You also said another thing back in the day that people did. They would steal like ideas from other companies, like manufacturing, right? So like sometimes like a person would get hired at a manufacturing place and they'd work there for like 3 weeks. But during those 3 weeks, all they were doing was copying the blueprints of whatever they were making. If it wasn't like a patented thing, they would just copy all the blueprints, and then they'd take the blueprints, they'd quit and go back to their old job and take all the blueprints with them and fucking take it to their old job, and then they'd be making the same shit this company was making at a cheaper cost because they would just copy their blueprints and take over whatever they were making and try to undercut them on their contracts. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah. He's like, back in the day, that shit was like cutthroat. Like manufacturing was like some cutthroat ass shit. Like you were like not expected to like if you didn't hold the job for more than a week or two, like some people would get hired for a week and then they'd quit after a week. But because all they did was they would come in and look at all the blueprints and memorize them.
Yep.
Yeah, they'd memorize them or copy them, and then they'd fucking go and sell them to another company. Go and sell the blueprints to another manufacturer. It's like, what the fuck? It was a big deal.
Just coming in to spy. Yeah.
Yeah, coming in to spy and steal all their shit. Yeah, man. I wonder if that shit happens with the tech companies, huh? Like making phones and shit. That has to happen, right? Like Google and Apple and shit.
Like something like, yeah. I wonder, like, I don't know. Like, I assume, like, probably part of the designers are in the U.S. and then the rest are all in whatever, Japan, China. Like, yeah, it probably happens a lot over in China if you think about it. Like, you know, Foxconn and like other ones that are making other chips or, you know, manufacturing parts. Yeah, that probably happens a lot.
Yeah, they probably copy each other, right? Like, yeah, it's wild. But yeah, that was the thing, man. Fun facts, people. Anyways, we're here to talk about video games. You can follow us on Twitter at _horriblegamers. That's the X. You can also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can also review us on Spotify. Find us on Spotify. That is probably the best place to find us at this point. But you can also find us on your favorite podcast platform. And if we're not on your podcast platform, let me know and we'll figure out a way to get on there. I'm 90% sure we are on everything. Yeah. Also,
I believe we are.
You can find our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It's a closed group. Anything you post in there stays in there. And you can find our Discord. Discord link is in the show notes. And you can find our Facebook page. There's all that. Go find us. Go find us and join us and all that good fun stuff. Shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro music and Broke for Free for the outro music. Sorry, Gunny, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to say a couple housekeeping things before we get started, and that was for. And I just noticed that Dr. Doom in Discord has, you know, called out some of the audio issues from last week, and so depending on how you listen, you know, with your downloads via, I don't know how Spotify works, but I know Apple was able to fix mine where it just replaces the file. So that was with your audio not being there last week in episode 487. So that was fixed the next day.
It was. The reason that happened was because we record on separate audio tracks. So everyone has their own track. I have mine, Gunny has his, Mayo has his, and whoever joins us has their own. And so when we download the files, we download the different audio tracks and then we line them up. And then that's how the show is edited. So it takes a little bit longer, but it sounds better. So that's how we do it. Also,
Jesus, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Mayo uses a different editing software than you.
Yes, he does. But at the same time, I'm assuming he fucking forgot to put my file in or something, or mine got deleted while he was editing. Somehow mine got deleted or replaced or something. It's easy to do. I know, like if you're half asleep editing the show, you can fuck it up pretty quick.
God bless Mayo out there at 2:00 in the morning. He's trying to edit the show for everybody. So before he has to go to work at 4:00 in the morning. Yeah.
I get it. So I get it. I know how it is because I've done it where I'm like trying to edit the show and it's late as hell and you're like half asleep and you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? And then, so yeah, I run the show through a bunch of filters and stuff, try to make it sound better and all that. And Yeah, so it takes quite a bit to edit on my end. I don't know what Mayo does on his end to edit the show. Uh, but yeah, when he does it, I don't know what he does. I know what I do when I do it. And for me, I've got it down pretty quick. I've got it down to like the fastest I can edit the show is like 10 minutes. I can go pretty quick. Like if I know exactly what I'm doing and everything works just perfect, I can get it done pretty quick. But it doesn't work like that sometimes, and it gives me issues sometimes. I mean, you've noticed where like I have to reach out to you to give me your
Yeah.
copy
With
because my
the
copy wouldn't work, and it's fucking
right.
stupid and it frustrates me. But yeah,
Or
yeah,
Discord
this
doesn't
show,
download the show for you properly, or yeah, it doesn't download,
yeah,
period.
it's not even Discord. But like I said, we record in lossless audio, so the audio is some of the best quality we can get in Discord while being in Discord or whatever. Um, Now, yes, there's other software we can use even more expensive than we use, significantly more expensive, and I haven't decided to move to that yet. But I know what it is, and I've been looking into it. But it's like fuck, that's so much money a month. It's insane.
It is.
But
It's a
yeah,
lot. And I just want to point out right now, Jesus, I noticed that you're cutting out on my end. So I don't know if it's my internet because I'm using like a wireless infrastructure right now.
no,
So it could be partly on my end. So I
hopefully
don't
not.
know. I don't know. How
Hopefully,
do I?
hopefully,
I guess
hopefully
if
the
I talk more,
show.
you're going to notice to see if I actually cut out or not. So because I
Ah,
don't
you
have all
sound
my
good.
internet issues sorted out with wired. So
Ah, you sound good on my end. Hopefully it's just on my end. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, um, yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing and stuff and get into all that good shit. So, the last few weeks, Gunny, of course, you've heard that the Hell Divers were fighting for Super Earth, and yeah, so we were fighting for Super Earth. I joined the fight in that fight. Yeah, we lost a lot of cities, but somehow we ended up bouncing back at the end. Um, yeah, so we bounced back. The Illuminate fled. They hid somewhere. Then we were fighting the bugs and the robots again. And then we found the Illuminate again. So now we're fighting them again. And yeah, so I'm continuing to play that game. I bought another war bond on it. It's called what's it called? I forget what the war bond is called, but it's a funny war bond. It has like a like you can call down a flag as like a stratagem weapon. Is this big flag, and you can just run around and stab shit with the flag, like a big flag. Think of like a super Earth flag, like a one of the big flags. But you walk around with the flag, and you can stab things with the flag. And you can plant the flag on the ground even and walk away.
is it
so
like so? Are you getting any extra armor while you're holding this thing, or is it just kind of your normal armor?
no, it's just like a weapon. It's like a weapon. Like it's just a weapon,
Just
like a melee weapon.
I was
It's
gonna
just a
say, I
flag.
guess you can call it a melee weapon, yeah, or a pole, yeah,
Yeah,
pole
it's like a
weapon.
big pole. Yeah, like a big pole. You run and stab shit with it. It's funny. And then you get like some new emotes, some like marching emotes or whatever, and you get some new armor. It's called like honor guard armor or whatever. It's pretty cool looking armor. You get some of that, and then but besides that, they announced another war bond coming out. This war bond is coming out on Tuesday actually, so tomorrow, and it's called the Servants of Justice War Bond. And that war bond is coming out tomorrow. And I think that one adds some new weapons and some new stuff. So I might end up getting that one too. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm loving the game. Of course, it's Helldivers, man. What can I say about it? It's fun. The new thing they added to the game, though, Gunny, since you played, and I know you haven't played since this update, but they added a new update where now the guns you can level up your weapons, so your weapons can now have different attachments, which makes them perform differently. Which like some of the guns that didn't have drum magazines, you can actually like buy like once you level them up, you can buy like a larger magazine, a smaller magazine for faster reload, or you could put a drum magazine for more bullets. Uh, you can put like a new scope on the gun, which it kind of affects the pattern of the shooting. You can put like different grips on the gun and stuff like that, and that kind of
That's cool.
affects the pat. It affects the
It
pattern, the way it shoots or whatever.
so did they like so on the ship? Did they open up like a new area where you can do that, or did you kind of do that through the
No,
weapon thing itself?
You do that through where the armor station is at, where you change your armor. So it's
Yeah,
all
because
there.
that's
Oh,
I would say that's definitely one of my complaints. I'm sure with a lot of other people where you can say, yeah, you get 4 clips, but they're small clips.
yeah. So now you can change that up and get multiple ones, and you can even like have different stratagems now for more magazines and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of cool the update they did to it. Um, and yeah, and like now the Democracy Space Station, the big station that's up in the sky, when you vote for it to go to a planet, a lot of times it offers different perks when it's there. So like it'll give you an extra stratagem. So like right now, I think it's giving like a backpack stratagem, so like a shield. But earlier this week, it was giving like airstrikes, like random airstrikes. It would just send random airstrikes down from the sky, take out some of the enemies or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the different things that they're doing with the game. I'm excited to see what else they do with it, um, and what happens moving forward. The game seems to have a lot of players still, a lot of new players. I keep running into players that are like, "Hey, I just bought the game on PlayStation. I don't know what I'm doing." I bought the game on the PS5. I wanted to check it out. I heard about this super Earth being attacked, and I wanted to help out. So I got a lot of people like that are playing. Um, so that's kind of cool, right? Like we're getting like new players in there.
Yeah, and I
Um,
always do appreciate the fact that a level 3 can come in with a level 60. So I think that's cool, right? That they just allow it. It's just and there's no it's just that same hard ass difficulty if that's what you choose. Like so you can be a level 3 and just the wind blowing you over, well you'll die. Like yeah, I think it's cool, right? So you can earn a lot of shit, and yeah, it's gonna be hard to stay alive, but it works. I like it. So it's a good way
yeah,
to good way to level up.
definitely. Yeah, I've been having a blast with it, so I recommend the game 21. They still don't have cross progression with the PS5 because I thought about buying it on the PS5 and playing it, but I'm like, I'd have to restart everything on the PS5 like from scratch, and I don't want to do that. I wish like they somehow added cross progression to like they said like, hey, like you can merge your accounts and choose which one to keep leveling up. I wish they did that because that would make it to where I would play on my PS5 and the PC, but they don't, and that kind of sucks.
You know what I almost thought PlayStation was going to do, and that was that. And this is I don't think there is currently anything where almost like a what would you call it? Like, almost like a PlayStation PC launcher, but not like all official and everything like that. But I think that would have been cool. So and I know people are thinking, no, Gunny, because then people in other countries can't play or blah blah blah. Like ones that where PlayStation isn't. But okay, but still they still can because they kind of back down on it. So yeah, I thought it would have been cool, like track your trophies and yeah, like it launches through Steam or Epic or whatever. So yeah, I noticed that with the other PlayStation game. Shoot, what is it called? I haven't played it in so long, but that would have been nice to just kind of if I could was able to log in there and then track my trophies through there. But yeah, I don't even think that's even existent because it doesn't even ask me for my PlayStation ID. So
Yeah,
yeah, even being on Steam, it's like no, you're not even logging in with your PlayStation profile. So hopefully one day we'll get that
yeah, I agree.
since more games coming to the PC.
Yeah. Besides that, though, besides all that, I played some more Norland. It's really fucking hard now. So they did some more patches to it, and I'm having a hard time playing it. It's just become really difficult, but I like it. It provides a challenge, especially because every time I start a new game, it's just fucking challenging as hell. So I've been playing that. Of course, you know what that is already. But besides all that, I also ended up playing more of the Precinct or whatever. Um, and I actually ended up beating that game. It's actually quite short. If you really just want to beat the game really, really quick, you can, and it'll be like you can beat it in I would say fucking 8 hours if you're like trying to just go for the main quest or whatever. Um, you could really beat that game like in 8 hours. It's that short, which is kind of weird, right? You're like, oh, well, that's really short. But um, Yeah, the campaign isn't all that exciting to write home about. It's about taking down these gangs or whatever, finding out the gangs, why they killed your dad or whatever, because your dad was a chief of the police, and then they killed them or something, and you find out exactly what happened with your dad and why your dad was involved with these gangs and what was going on with that. So you kind of find that out. But I thought the game could have been done better, honestly. I hope that they can do a lot with the DLCs. I feel like they could do a lot with the like patching the game, because you can continue playing the game once it's over. It tells you like, well, the game is over now. Like the main missions are over, but you can continue doing the patrols or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to ask that if it just keeps going.
And it does. So that's cool. But I think that they need to figure out like something like a DLC or some kind of like post game content, like something to keep people playing the game, because once people finish the game, I feel like people are gonna be like, well, I already beat it. I don't know what the fuck else to do in here. It's kind of whatever for it. So yeah.
Do you think also, just throwing it out there, that maybe a multiplayer cops versus robbers mode or something, or since this is just a single player game?
I don't think that would be good. I think that they should just need to add more stuff, like
More content.
different types of crimes and different types of. They could just keep adding different types of crimes to the game, or like just more content. I don't know, fucking just different content. I mean, they had like a whole thing in the game where like there was this thing about a serial killer that you were trying to find. And then you end up finding out who it is. Like they could add stuff like that. Like, oh, there's a new serial killer in town. There's a new whatever in town. You got to find out how to take it down, or they could do that type of shit. But yeah,
maybe like call it detective mode or something.
Yeah,
or the detective story or something. So you're just not a B cop all the time, catching bank robbers, drug dealers.
You got promoted. You got promoted to detective or whatever. And now you're a detective guy, and you're fucking trying to, like, oh, you got promoted, and now you're a detective, and now you're fucking solving like crime. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're in homicide or whatever.
Yeah. Not just pulling people over now. You're actually going to like crime scenes and trying to figure out what happened or whatever. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. They could do that. I feel like. So yeah, I'm hoping to see what they do with that. Because that game did launch on everything, so we'll see what happens with that. But besides all that good stuff, I ended up also playing. What was it? I played all that, and then I played. I bought a new game on Steam. It's called The Void War. And if you like FTL, which is that faster than light game, that game came out a long time ago. Faster than light came out like a super long time ago, probably 10 years ago now, not longer. If you're a fan of Faster Than Light, you will like this game a lot. It's like Faster Than Light. It's pretty much like almost like a copy and paste of Faster Than Light.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the screenshots, it looks like FTL.
With different, but it's not made by the developer who made FTL. It's really weird. It's made by a different company, but they have like the same exact stuff as FTL, like almost the same, like the same HUD, the same interface. It looks almost like even the combat is the same gunny. Like, I don't know if these guys are gonna get sued by the developer of FTL for stealing assets. Because literally the shit, I thought it was made by the people who made FTL because it looks just like FTL. I'm like, whoa, is this like a sequel to FTL or what is prequel? What is this shit? And come to find out, these guys are not affiliated with the FTL people. They're on their own, and they made this game, which is a really good game though. So it's pretty much like FTL. You're like running a spaceship. You have your commander guy. You have your other people on your ship that, the guy that you can put on the shields, the guy you can put on the weapons, the guy you can put on the engine bay, the guy you can put on cameras, the guy you can put on doors. You can upgrade your ship, get better weapons, get better doors. You get like a robot making machine. So like every time you jump into a new area, the robot making machine makes robots and they look like humans, like humanoids. and you can use those as like you can use them as crew members. So like it spawn 3 of them, and now they're part of your crew. But the one cool thing that this game has that FTL doesn't is it has like this like pretty cool mechanic when you're fighting the other like the other people. You know how in FTL you had like this teleport hub where you can teleport into the other people's ship and fight them in their ship. Well, this thing has like a launch pod. So you put the people in a launch pod, and then you fucking launch the pod at the other ship, and it crashes into their ship, and then your team is in there fighting the other people, and then you can recall them whenever. So that's kind of cool. The little launch pod mechanic was pretty dope. So like what I usually do is if I have the robot making machine, I'll launch the robots like in the launch pod. I'll launch 2 of them fuckers into there because I know even if they die, 2 of them are gonna respawn on my ship, right? Like I don't have to worry about them dying because they're indispensable. They're just like indispensable robots. Like they can just keep respawning. So it doesn't matter to me if they die. Like it's whatever. So that's kind of cool. I had some pretty good runs, but I ended up in these situations where I ended up fighting like this big ship. One of them was like I had no choice because you can look ahead on the map of where you're headed, right? Like okay, like you know, it's kind of like just like the FTL map, where like I said, if you jump this direction, now you can only jump this way. And then sometimes like I didn't look far enough ahead and I jumped to the top of the map thing, and then there was like a skull icon. It kind of looked like a little devil icon, looked like a devil, like a little Satan looking fucking icon. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I said like heavy enemy presence detected, danger. And I was like, oh fuck, well I can't jump backwards. There is no fuel mechanic in the game, and I don't think you can jump backwards though. But I think you can continue jumping forward. But there is no fuel. Like you don't have to worry about fuel. You just have to worry about your ship being in good health, like your hull points, and then you have to worry about your crew being alive, right? Like your commander and your crew. As long as your crew is alive, as long as one person on your crew is alive, the commander, you can continue flying the ship. Anyways, I ended up jumping to the sector. This fucking ship was huge and massive, and they were doing mega damage to my shields and ship, like nothing. They were just cutting through my shield, and my whole ship was on fire. I was like, oh fuck, oh shit, my ship is on fire. And then they were on my ship fighting me, and I was like, oh, we are so fucked. And we all died. We died. My ship blew up, and we died. And it's like, well, you died. You have to restart now. And all the way to getting a restart. I don't know what point you get to where you get to keep stuff. I haven't reached that point. But I'm playing on a new playthrough now. The music is good. Like FTL, it feels like FTL, man. Like the music is really good. The ambience is fun. It's just a fun little game. And it cost me like I think $17. I think I got it on sale. I don't know what the full price is. Maybe 20.
It's 20, and there's a demo on Steam.
Yeah,
So
I suggest the demo. Try the demo because you realize it's just like FTL. Once you play the demo, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is FTL." What the fuck?
And it says Mayo already owns it, so he must have played it already.
Yeah, I told Mayo about it. Mayo was like, yeah, I know. I was gonna tell you about it. Jesus, I'm like, yeah, I know, because Mayo loves FTL and I do too.
Yeah, he does.
And I told him like, you got to play this, Mayo. I was like, I know you like FTL. You're gonna like this game. But they have a cool this game has cool characters in it, so you can like have like humans on your. They're called Imperials, but you can also have like necromancers on your ship and like witches and wizards. And like the wizards, they'll have like spells, right? They'll use like a telepathic spell that'll like shoot at the other ship, and then it'll like either like do damage to a certain room. Like you said, like this spell does 15 damage to anyone in this room attack. So it could be send the spell to like their engine room. If anyone's in that engine room, boom, they get 15 hit points. Or it'll be like this spell will spawn like some kind of troll thing on their ship, and like you can spawn a troll in their fucking oxygen bay, and boom, like the troll will spawn in there, and it'll either start attacking whoever's in there, or it'll start breaking shit in there, like start breaking the fucking oxygen machine. Or you can spawn like a fire creature looking that guy that like he's like a fire creature that he lights everything on fire, and then he's also fighting the people, and that fucker is deadly because he's lighting shit on fire. He's pretty fucking beast. So you have that guy. You can spawn him with the wizards and the witches. But you also have the besides them, you have like these big troll guys that are like super tanky. They're super like they're kind of like enforcers, so they're kind of like really hard to take down. And those are kind of the guys you want to protect your ship. Like when people board your ship, these are the guys that you want in like the main areas to like protect your ship. Uh, but yeah, you can upgrade your ship pretty much like as long as there's open slots, like open rooms, you can upgrade your ship and continue upgrading it. So you can have like a med bay, you can have the robot spawning station, you can have a different like a there's like a mortar launching station, a bunch of different stations you can get on your ship, like a droid repair station, uh, that'll like launch a droid repair drone or whatever around your ship. Uh, so there's like different things you can get to upgrade your ship, which is pretty cool. And like I said, the different races you can get on your ship adds a different gameplay to it, right? Because there's a necromancer, and the necromancer, what he does is, as soon as one of your crew members dies, he can bring that person back to life for that level, for that mission. He can bring that guy back to life and like have him fight still, you know. And then once the mission is over, that character is dead forever. Like, but that necromancer can bring people back alive for that level, and he can even bring back enemies to life and make them fight for you. You know what I mean? So if you kill an enemy, and you can bring him back to life. But you're also fighting like dead creatures, like demons. You're fighting witches. You're fighting trolls. You're fighting all these different like pirates and demons and shit. Sometimes these ships won't have they won't have like they'll be machine ships. Like they'll just be ran by machines, so they don't have oxygen on them. So when you try to send your crew to board them, like to fight with them on their ship, you'll realize real quick, oh fuck, there's no oxygen on this ship. My crew is dying. Like holy fucking shit, I gotta get my crew because they're like no oxygen on their ships. Robots and these other robots, you know. So it's kind of cool, like the different that kind of adds like a different, I guess, different elements to the fighting or whatever when fighting other ships. That's kind of what that does. But yeah, I really enjoyed that Void War game. It's pretty dope, and I recommend it for everyone. Besides that though, what else did I play? I know I played something else. Think of what it is. Oh, Gunny,
Yes.
Gunny, I got a question for you. Have you ever been in a zombie apocalypse, Gunny?
I don't think so. No, not in real life. In a nightmare, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Gunny. Have you ever wondered, right? Like we watch all these zombie shows, these games about these zombie outbreaks and how they always kind of go to shit, right? Like you can never really contain it, right? And you wonder what went wrong? Like what happened? Why couldn't you contain this? Why couldn't we contain the zombies to New York City? Why? Why they end up overrunning the military and shit? You know, when the military has guns and jets and all these equipment and technology to fight the zombies, why do we lose to some stupid ass zombies, right?
Why are there
Why,
so
Gunner?
many? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many of them. Is it because there's just too many that we just don't have enough bullets? What's going on? We have jets that have bombs on them. You know, like we're gonna drop a bunch of bombs, guys. We don't have to just use bullets. All right, like what's going on? So anyway,
I always think of oh gosh, what's the game that we played quite a bit, but where there's just so many, it doesn't matter what wall you have, right? They just end up coming over the wall.
yeah,
You know, in that situation, like where they can't climb ladders, but somehow they still make it up over the damn wall.
yeah.
Or it's like even books that I read, like how they end up in Alaska. I guess they can climb mountains because they don't get cold or hot or need to eat. Well, they need to eat, but
Anyways, yeah. So I played a demo. It's called Quarantine Zone. So Quarantine Zone puts you in the shoes, Gunny, of a commander of an outpost that's like a checkpoint, like in a city. Like it's like you're like the guy who's running like a checkpoint in a zombie outbreak. Like like an evacuation zone, like where people go to like get evacuated and you have to check them for like symptoms or whatever, like all right, next, you say next, and then the guy walks in, he walks with the metal detector. You got soldiers all around you with guns, and you tell the guy, all right, guy, I'm gonna check you for symptoms. I'm like, oh no, man, no, man, a dog bit me. A dog bit me. And you're like, ah, dog bit you, huh? He's like, yeah, man. Like I was just running, and a dog bit me in my arm. It was just a dog bite. It's just a dog bite, Gunny. Like, don't kill me. And I'm like, ah, bro, why are your eyes bleeding? Oh, well, it's just I'm allergic to the lights and the darkness. And you're like, oh man, I don't know about all this, right? And to send you to the kill box. So, so that's what this game is about, Gunny. So you're in a quarantine zone checkpoint. It's like a quarantine area. You're the commander.
Yeah, I mean, if your
you,
blood is black secreting from your eyes, I would think that's a problem.
All right.
Yeah.
You start off.
Or you're salivating over my right arm. Like,
listen, Gunny, listen.
are you hungry or are you sick? Yeah.
Listen, Gunny, you start off, right? You're commanding this outpost, and they tell you, like, you start off and you're in a helicopter. They drop you off at this outpost. Like, yeah, these guys need a commander. You know, they need some help. You're here to help. So you get dropped off, and then they tell you, all right, go to your fucking station and check these people. And you go up to the front. You have, like, a line of people waiting, and then they got all these soldiers around you with masks on and shit. And you're like, next. And the guy walks in the door and he's like, hey, I just got bit by a dog. I got bit by a dog. Oh, please help me. And you're like, all right, man, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on there, guy. Hold on, motherfucker, you. Let me see your status here. So you start checking them, Gunny, right? And you got this little scanner tool that can, like, see through their clothes. Like, whatever clothes they have on, you can kind of see their body, and you can see, like, any scratches or any rashes they may have, or any cuts, or any bruises, or any bleeding, or any bite marks. And then, like, you know, usually, like, you have a handbook, and the handbook says, like, watch out for these symptoms. Like a symptom of a zombie, like an infection symptom is they have a bite mark. Usually means that they've been infected for real. Like, you don't have, like, a bite mark is like a for sure definition sign of infection. Like, that's a for sure sign, right? A bite mark is a for sure sign. If they're bleeding from their eyes and their nose, that's pretty much like, if they're bleeding from their eyes, this is a for sure. If they're bleeding from their nose, it's a maybe. Maybe they have an infection. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they just got punched in the face. Who knows? If they're bleeding from their mouth, could also be like a maybe they have an infection. Don't. And if they have, like, bruising on their body, that's also a sign to worry, but, like, not really. But if they have, like, necrosis of the skin, like their skin is, like, rotting away, yeah, they're fucking zombies. They're infected.
That's a sure.
Right?
Sure.
Right? If their skin is rotting away, they're a zombie, Gunny. If they got bit, they're a zombie. If they're bleeding from their eyeballs, they're a zombie. And if they have multiple of these symptoms, like they're bleeding from their eyes, they're bleeding from their nose, they're bleeding from their mouth, they got a fucking bite mark, they have necrosis, they're a fucking zombie. So you have a choice, right? You scan and then you have to make a choice. You say, okay, I'm going to send you to quarantine, which is like this, like, prison looking, like a glass box you put him in, and you watch him for a day or two. And if, you know, every day you go up to them and you check them, and if they get better, that's a sign of, like, okay, maybe this person wasn't infected. Maybe I just overreacted. This guy was bleeding from his nose because he got punched in the face or something, you know, like maybe he wasn't bleeding from his nose because he has an infection, you know. But if their symptoms start getting worse, Gunny, like if they start getting crazier, like their symptoms are getting worse, then you're like, oh, fuck, man, you're getting worse. You're not getting better. I'm going to have to kill you. And you can send them to the kill box. Same with, like the people, like you said, from the beginning, you can send them to the kill box, you can send them to quarantine, or you can send them to the camp, which is like the camp is like the place where you send people before evacuation, right? And they pay, like, the government gives you money for, like, the decisions you make. And, like, you know, if you send somebody to quarantine that wasn't, like, showing any symptoms, they looked like they were clean, they had no bruising, they had no cuts, they had no yellow eyes, they had perfect, like, you know, clear eyeballs and everything, they were good looking, you're like, this person looks perfect, and you send them to quarantine, they might not pay you as much. They still give you some money, but they're like, nah, that guy looked pretty good. You could have sent him to the camp, you know? So they kind of, like, base that, like, off of, like, whatever symptoms you scan. And then as the game goes on, like it's a demo, right? Right now it's a demo. And as the game goes on, they add in more tools. So like they say, okay, now you have like besides the scanner for the body to like scan them, like underneath their clothes. Now you have a UV light, and the UV light can like it can like sense other shit. And you have like a thermal scanner, so now you have to thermal scan these people and like check their temperature. And if their temperature is above like too high, that means they're infected. If it's like above 100 and I think it's 120 degrees, they're infected. If they're between 99 and 120, they might be infected. If they're below that, they're good. Then besides that, then you get another different check, which is like so you get the thermal scanner, and then you get another one, which is like what's the other? Uh, the thermal scanner, and then there's another one. What's the other one?
It's not like a blood test or anything like that, is it? No.
Is it a blood test? No, it's not a blood test. Maybe it's a. Oh no, you hear their lungs breathing. You have like a stethoscope or whatever. So you put it up against their you put it up against their chest.
Sensor.
Yeah, you put it up against their chest, and it like you can hear their breathing, and depending on how they're breathing, you can kind of tell if they're infected or not, right? If they're breathing really rapidly, or like really growly, like it's a really raspy breath, that means they're infected or might be infected. So I was quarantining a lot of people, man. So I ended up quarantining these 4 people, right? And I kind of forgot about these people while I was doing other shit at the camp for like a day. Like, because the next day was like, hey, you got to go check on the camp and like resupply the food and resupply the fuel and resupply the meds. And so I'm resupplying all that. And it's like, all right, now go back to bed or whatever. I went back to bed. The next day I woke up and it's like, hey, we're being attacked by zombies. This big horde of zombies is coming at us. You gotta control this drone machine, like a computer in your desk, and you fly this drone that has like a minigun on it, and you can like shoot the zombies or whatever, and you defend your base like that. And then later on, you can upgrade that shit. You can upgrade your drone to be able to call in airstrikes and drop bombs and set up traps for the zombies that are coming. You can even have it to like where you upgrade your base, and now you have soldiers at the wall that can shoot down at the zombies too. Like so you have soldiers that are stationed at the wall that can help you shoot the zombies. And then so when I went back to the quarantine after like 2 days, everyone in the quarantine was a zombie. It's like infection detected. It was like fucking blood everywhere. One of them bit everyone else, and they all turned into zombies. Everyone in there clear this fucker out. So you just press the clear button, and the door closes, like a metal thing shuts, and you can hear like a flamethrower or something, and then it opens back up and it's empty again. And I think you can have 4 people in the quarantine at a time. But yeah, so you just pretty much you're running a checkpoint and you're making the choices of, all right, I'm killing these people, or I'm quarantining them, or I'm gonna get them evacuated. I gotta make these choices, right? And that's kind of what you're doing in this game. I like the premise of the game. It is a cool premise, right? Because I don't think I've ever played a game like this where like you're in a zombie outbreak, but you're not really in the zombie outbreak. You're kind of just trying to
behind
maintain.
enemy lines, basically, right? Like just no, I mean, I guess you're safe
not,
in the building for the most part.
For the most part, right? You're not trying to like. It's a zombie game where you're not trying to fight the zombies. You're just trying to like weed out potential infected people, to get them the fuck out of the city or whatever. Which makes sense. Someone has to do that job, right? Someone in the movies and shit. Someone has to do that job. That's somebody's job. And that's kind of a cool premise in my book. I'm like, it's kind of like something new. It's kind of something I haven't seen. Like, they could really make a cool movie out of something like that, even if like a cool like, oh, we're trying to run this checkpoint and then eventually the checkpoint falls or something. You know what I mean? Like, or like it's really stressful because we're running out of resources or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they could really do a cool movie out of that, even. But like, yeah. So I was playing this and I liked it. The problem was the performance of the game. Like, as the game went on, it started like off the bat, it ran great, and then it started running worse and worse. And when I don't know what was going on, but like by the time I got like an hour or 2 into it, it was like a slideshow. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like I'm not running anything in the background. What in the world is going on? It's like a slideshow. I don't know, like if it's really just badly optimized or what the hell is going on there. But the demo is just ended up running really bad towards the end, and I'm like, that's not a good sign. But I
Hopefully,
said
the
I
day
have.
one patch will fix that.
That's what I said. I said
Yeah.
hopefully these guys get, because they, once you finish the demo, they actually send you like a Google Doc, and they ask you like a bunch of questions, like, hey, like we know you played the demo. Here's a Google Doc. Can you please give us feedback? Like, what did you like the most? What did you not like the most? What did you hate the most? What did you think about this mechanic? What did you think about that mechanic? What did you think about the base building? What did you think about the checks of the people? And I said, like, you know what? I feel like eventually you can automate a lot of these checks, right? Like you can have like, maybe you can have like an upgraded scanner that can do like multiple checks at once. So like you're scanning the people for their body, and maybe you have an automatic body scanner that can detect bites and stuff and bruises and shit, and it could like give you like a thing like, because having to check everyone for like a bite mark or a bruise on their body, it takes a while because you're looking at their arms, you're scanning their arms, you're scanning their chest, you're scanning the back of their leg, you're scanning the back of their body. It's like fuck, like it takes a while to find everything, And then I was like, maybe if we could like get an upgraded scanner where they just walk through the scanner and the scanner goes red if they may have something on their body, and then you can do that, or you can like say like, upgrade like whatever, like automate some of the stuff, because you also have like, after a while you also have to start checking their backpacks. It's like they'll come in with the backpack, and it'll be like you have to check their belongings, and like you have to confiscate any weapons that they have, and if they have any zombie material, like say they have like a zombie body part, like a head or a leg or arm,
Okay. Yeah. Like they would
or
carry that
yeah,
around.
some people do. This lady, right? First lady I get, she had like a zombie. She had a zombie head. She had a zombie kidney or something, and she had like a zombie arm. And I'm like, lady, you can't bring a zombie head, a zombie kidney, and an arm with you. Like
Maybe
this
she's a
is.
scientist. She could be for
Uh,
research.
and then she had like a baseball bat with barbed wire around it. I'm like, yeah, you can't bring this either. And the thing is, the handbook said any contraband, like a weapon, you can just confiscate the weapon and let them through if they're cool. But if they have like a zombie part, like a zombie body part, it's a big no-no. You have to kill them, like because they've been in full contact with the zombie. Like they've been like up close and personal with the zombie. Like they had to
Well,
grab that
yeah, if
body
it's
part
not
somehow.
wrapped in plastic or some kind of biohazard
Yeah,
container
yeah.
or something.
Like, no, this lady just had a zombie head in her backpack, like just chilling in her back. I'm like, no, lady, like you look
Souvenir.
cool.
It could have been a souvenir.
I'm like, you look cool. Like you have no symptoms. I would have let you through, but now that I checked your backpack, I have to kill you. Now I'm gonna have to kill you. Like, why did you have to come in here with the zombie head? Like, you could have not had the zombie head. We would have been cool. You would have walked through. You would have been evacuated. Then I would have taken your baseball bat, yes, but you would have kept everything else. And you would have been cool. But no, instead you came in here with some fucking crazy shit in your backpack. Now I have to kill you.
Pokemon plushie or something. Bring something cool.
Yeah. Yeah, something cool, bro. Not some fucking zombie head. All right. So I had to kill her, Gunny. And then I killed her. And yeah. All right. Yeah. So I kind of felt bad for some of the people because they get like, when you go to kill them, they like start crying. They're like, oh no.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
What's going on? What? Why the door's closing? And you're like, keep walking that way. Keep walking. Follow the soldier.
Don't worry
He's
about
escorting you. He's escorting you to the safe area. Keep walking that way.
It'll be okay.
So yeah, you'll be fine in about 5 seconds. Keep walking that way. Don't worry. No more going. Yeah. So I did kind of feel bad for somebody. I'm like, this is, like this is pretty fucked. Like you have to kill some people. Like you maybe don't want to kill you. Like, oh, this person maybe deserve to live, but yeah, you're gonna fucking die now. Or like the people in quarantine that may not have been sick, but then you stick them in there with the zombie person, and then you forget about them, and they get attacked by the zombie while they're in quarantine. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if it was like individual boxes you're putting them in, or
No, they're in the same box. They're in the same box.
Shit.
As I said, like I left the 4 people in there, and then all of a sudden I came back 2 days later, and they're all zombies. I'm like,
Oh, no.
fuck. I'm like, oh well, all these people are zombies now. Like this is fucked. They're all zombies. But yeah, so I played that.
What do you do? Like you hit some kind of like inferno button at that point?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
Yeah. You hit like the cleanse button. I think it's called cleanse or something, and then it's just like the metal door comes down, and then you hear a flamethrower, and
I had a feeling, yeah, that's how you kind of got rid of them.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
Easiest way,
dies.
burn them.
Yeah, you burn them, and then everyone dies, and then continue your job. Your job is to keep scanning people and screening everyone for the zombie infection. Um, yeah, I think the game could be a cool game. I got it on my wish list. I don't know when it comes out. Or is it out yet? I don't.
September, I think. I just looked on the Steam page. Sometime in September.
Yeah, September 2025. So yeah, I think that they have a lot of stuff to work on. I feel like, but the concept is super cool, and I like it. Yeah, and you can upgrade your base. Like I said, you can upgrade your base to have better generators, uh, more camp beds.
Do you
Every
get like
like
a
every
budget? Do you have like a budget and then you spend the funds on these
yeah,
different
yeah.
items?
So like I said, you get paid per person that you execute or sent to quarantine or sent to the camp, and then once a week or once every other day or once every few days, the evacuation truck comes, and then you can load people onto the evacuation trucks and send them out. But the evacuation trucks is kind of weird. Sometimes they only take certain types of people. So like when I was evacuating people, it said like this truck only takes females. And I was like, what? What the fuck? Oh, okay. And it was like, this truck only takes females, and this truck takes anybody. I'm like,
Huh.
huh. I'm like, that's a little odd, but I don't get paid to ask questions. I'm just here to
Right. Yeah.
evacuate
Just
people,
load
I
it up.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in the
There's a
truck,
reason
people.
for it.
Yeah, the government has their reasons. Trust the government.
We've been seeing what's
Yeah.
going on in LA. We don't ask questions.
Yeah, we don't ask. We just do whatever we're told to do. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of weird that was a thing. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. But yeah, it's a cool game, cool little demo. Check it out. Might run better on your rig. My rig is kind of
I'll check it out.
so.
I downloaded both demos on that.
Besides that, Gunny, that's really it, dude. I haven't played much else. Yeah, I'm thinking about checking out that Mind's Eye game tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been
But
looking at it. I've
I'm
been
not
watching like some of the
sure.
previews stuff, and yeah, I don't know either. Like, I've been watching like the YouTube videos like on the previews from major media outlets and just other people in general. Not that anything really sways me, right? Like, but really I try to get information from as many different places as possible, whether it's a preview or a review or anything like that. So, but it's hard to say right until the game actually comes out. And yeah, I don't know. There was some news about that too. I forgot what it was. It was something where the CEO was, I guess, paying people for the preview. I don't know, something like that. I could be talking out my butt on that one.
The main creator, one of the main creators is I think it's Leslie Benzies, and they used to work for Rockstar. They were
On
actually one of the
GTA.
yeah, they were one of the co-founders of Rockstar actually. Like the third co-founder of Rockstar Games with GTA, and they left Rockstar a few years ago and their own studio called Rocket Boy or whatever, Rocket Boy Studios
Build
or
a Rocket Boy, I think it was, or something.
Build a Rocket Boy, yeah. Yeah, so they started that studio.
Cool name.
And yeah, so they have that pedigree to tout around, but then they were so when Mind's Eye like a month ago or so was getting like bad press, like people were saying like what the fuck is this shit? It's being advertised everywhere, but no one knows what it is. Is it a fucking open world game? Is it a GTA game? What is this shit? And they went on their Discord and started talking shit about how Rockstar was paying people to down to like talk shit about their game. They were blaming Rockstar, like they were saying Rockstar was paying off like the media and influencers to talk bad about the game or whatever. And people were like, no one's paying nobody off. You just don't know what the fuck you're making, and we don't know what the fuck you're making either. You don't want to show us. And everything I've seen about the game, all the previews, everything it hasn't been the greatest.
Yeah, and I guess like
But
it's not a full-on preview, not a review, but a preview. I guess even from some of the major outlets, like they were only allowed to like play certain. Okay, so everybody played the same section, I think is what happened.
It's not just
So
that.
how
Some of
much
them
time I
didn't
don't
even.
know.
Some of them didn't even get to play Gunny. They were allowed to watch their developers play the game, but they weren't allowed to capture any footage that the developer was playing. So they weren't allowed to use footage that the developer was playing on the screen. They couldn't capture any of it. They had to use whatever footage the developer already gave them, like whatever trailer the developer gave them. That's what they had to use. And they said it was buggy as hell. Whatever the developer was playing was
Yeah.
buggy as hell. And the developer had to turn on God mode to give themselves infinite health to beat the missions they were playing. And they were like, wait a minute, you made this game. How the fuck are you turning on God mode? Why can't you beat the mission without God mode? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what the fuck's going on? And now some people have got the game early because it leaked a few days ago. Some people were getting it early from game stores. And so many people got it early and it was so buggy. The version that was on the disc for the PlayStation and the Xbox was so buggy that like the company had to release the day one patch early. So they released the day one patch like really early. They were supposed to release it tomorrow. They released it like a few days ago because they were like, fuck it, so many people have the game already. We're just gonna release the day one patch. So people said after the day one patch went live, it fixed a lot of the issues that the major bugs that were in the disc were fixed. But I still don't know what the fucking game is about. I have no clue. Like it's like they talk about make your own missions, do your own story. What the I'm like, I have no clue if this is an open world game, an instance game, a game where you just make your own missions. What the fuck is this? I don't even know what it is. I kind of want to play it though, but at the same time, I'm like, that's $80 or whatever. Like that's or 70
No,
bucks or whatever the fuck it is.
no, actually it's 60 is the standard edition. So it's not 80. Yeah, it's 60. So I'm gonna say this is a B game and I'm gonna wait, right? To me, it's just another third person game. It might be, you know what I usually do, Jesus, in a situation like this where I just wait and then I kind of see how the community reacts and other media outlets, say, hey, it's worth it or not worth it. So I always wait. Yeah, it doesn't, because I'm not intrigued. I'm not excited to play it. I've been watching the previews on it, and yeah, I'm like, like I don't think, yeah, maybe. All right, so yeah, I'll wait till next week to decide.
Mhm.
So it doesn't seem like I have. I don't, but I'm gonna say this. I don't think I have to play this game. I don't think I need to. Yeah,
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it just because I don't
maybe
know.
just play the whatever. How much time do you get in Steam or whatever before you have to return it? I forgot, but yeah,
It's supposed to be set like in the future, Las
2
Vegas.
hours.
That's kind of appealing to me, being from Vegas. I like that.
Yeah, and some of the gameplay, like when he's out there shooting, like blowing shit up and enemies are flying. That looks cool. Those look cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I might. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I feel like I don't know if I want to check it out on the PC or the PS5. I don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe just do PC and then just play under what is it, 2 hours or whatever. If it's really hot garbage, then you can just return it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be okay. I think it'll be
Yeah.
a game that can hold me over for GTA 6. I think it can.
Yeah.
Well, I just needed to hold me over really till Death Stranding 2, and then that's gonna take out my for that 2 or 3 or a month or whatever the fuck long I play that game. And then yeah, I'm gonna probably continue playing this game, and then by then Call of Duty will be out, maybe Battlefield will be out, and then all that shit will start coming out. Like the new Hitman update. I want to get that with Mars Mikkelsen. Have you seen that?
I saw part of it. So is that already out? Like I saw it was already updated on my Steam machine.
It should be. So Mars Mikkelsen is the bad guy from one of the Bond games. I think it's Casino Royale, maybe. One of them, not Bond games, but one of the Bond movies. Casino Royale, I think, is one. So Mars Mikkelsen is the bad guy, and I think you have to kill him as Agent 47, which is kind of weird. Like they're making the James Bond game, and then they turn around and put this guy in the Hitman game. It's kind of like a weird crossover, but I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you could put whoever in the Hitman game because they're just like a Hitman game. You just have to kill this guy. Like they really could make a Hitler Hitman. Hey, now you have to kill Hitler as Agent 47. We're time
Well, I think one of the
traveling.
things too. Well, I think remember too, IO Interactive is also a publisher, so that helps to kind of put a lot of names in games.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool seeing Marsh Mickelson come up as a name, especially right now that Death Stranding 2 is coming out.
Yeah,
Because he's one of the characters in it, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
He's the soldier guy that's after the BB.
Oh,
After,
yes.
after
Okay.
BB. He's the one that was following you the
Yeah.
whole first game. The guy that was like in the World War One trenches, and he was in World War II, then he was in the Korean War, then he was in the Vietnam War, then he was in the Desert Storm looking gear.
He's
And
fucking
then,
he's Winter Soldier, man.
he's the guy chasing you around in the
He never gets old. He just
dreams.
yeah.
The guy that's like dead, but he's chasing you around in his dream with the soldier buddies. That show was a weird trip. I don't know what the fuck that was all about, but I forgot. I don't know. I think he's BB's dad or some shit. I don't remember, bro. I gotta watch a recap of that first fucking game.
Baby mama, that's what I want to know.
I want to I think he was BB's dad or something, and he wanted BB back, and you were the one carrying him. So he's like, "I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. Give me my kid back." And you're like, "No, fuck you, dickhead.
Pay your child support first."
He's my BB now.
Right.
Oh fuck! I don't know. It was a weird game. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what happened in that first game. Something about the dead people and the connections and the strands and more connections and the stuff and the earth and the city and the
I even
country.
tried to watch a YouTube video, like, to kind of explain some of the lore in it, and I was like, huh? Yeah, I was like, what?
It is
don't
confusing. It is confusing. I just like the gameplay. I like the building stuff, the climbing, the carrying the boxes on my back, carrying too many boxes on my back and falling over. That was cool. That was just a cool game. I look forward to the new one. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck was about that game, man. I don't know, man. You may think it's stupid with the delivering packages, but it was fun as hell. I fuck this shit. I'm hoping that
It's
it
Hideo
clicks like it
Kojima,
did.
man. It's Hideo Kojima. Like,
I hope it clicks with me like it did that time. I hope it does.
Yeah.
All right,
Other
Lenny.
than
What have
that-
you been playing?
I've been like sick all week. Like, we went to record last week, and it was like, oh man, I'm getting like a cold and a flu, and then it got worse, and then I'm at work, and it's just like, oh man, like I haven't gotten in a lot of, normally I would just get in a ton of gameplay, but really I only play like a handful of games. So the one I kind of went back to today, like I've just been into these ARPGs lately. Like, for example, Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader, that's now on the Game Pass, or has been for a little bit. But anything with that turn-based combat, I've just been gravitating towards. So, but Warhammer, I think I played it, trying to think if it was like, could have been a demo or could have been something even on Steam. But now that I've got it actually fully on the Game Pass, I'm able to save all my progress and everything. So, but it's pretty cool. I have a couple, since I do Audible, I do I've got a couple Warhammer stories on there that I really enjoy. So depending on the narrator. So, but some of them are pretty cool. So this one, and you might think Rogue Trader, like, what's like, are you just like trading shit or whatever? But it seems like it's just more like you're on this ship, this big battleship. Or I'm assuming it's a battleship, but could be more of an exploration style type vessel. But I don't know how the game progresses further. Like, are you landing on planets or, and fighting other fucking kind of enemies or what have you? But just being on the ship, like right away, it's like, oh shit, like, chaos is breaking out and you're fighting like these fucking, I want to call them factions, but they're not, that's not what they call them in the game, but it was like the something gods or whatever. And some of these people are like telepathic and fucking some kind of fucking magic they're throwing on people, like these cults, So, but I really, really, really enjoy, like, the core thing of it is just that combat. You're in that isometric view, so you get like bonus points for, finding cover and shooting people from cover. And yeah, and like it seems a little even faster than like an XCOM game. So the battle seems to be over a little faster. So, but again, I'm just like in the beginning of the game on that. So, but this is from a developer called Owlcat Games. So they made things like they're making a brand new game called The Expanse, Osiris Reborn. I think that was in the Xbox showcase, which we'll talk about later. But they also made a Pathfinder Kingmaker. So, and that one was pretty popular. I didn't make it very far. Like some of those games are really difficult for me. So, but this one, I'm going to stick with it, see how far I can go with it. Because yeah, I really like the story. You know, and the characters, and so far, like really good voice acting and everything. So, yeah, I'm able to figure out how to, you know, upgrade my characters and, you know, and add more party members to the team. And yeah, all around, it's really clicking for me. So yeah, even the second time around where I'm like, okay, I kind of know what to do. And yeah, like it even shows you like, you know, some of your dialogue choices make a difference, you know, with different, again, I'm going to call them factions, right? So it could be with like one political party versus like some fucking cult or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but really like you're on that ship, right? With the people that are supposed to be there. And you know, in the name of Imperium or whatever, that's the Warhammer lore, you know, part of things. So yeah. So I think it's cool. Like I'm already looking forward to like, do I get to side with other fucking like fucking a cult versus like the fucking Imperium? Like, how does this work? This is cool, you know? So yeah, there's already like a cool twist at the beginning of the game, you know, with betrayal and other things. So yeah, I really like how this game even starts. Even the first hour of it's so good. So yeah, awesome, good stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna see how long I can stick with this. And a second game, I actually bought it earlier last week before I even started playing this, and it's called Cyber Knights Flashpoint, and this is on Steam. And so basically, this is just a sci-fi version of Rogue Trader. Well, you know, I'm just grouping them in together because they are, you know, turn-based games. So, but this one's pretty cool. Where like, hey, you can, you know, depending on, and it kind of shows you in the beginning of the game, like you've got a second person with you, where it's just more tutorial stuff. Like, oh, this person can disable cameras, you know, so they have more hacking abilities. So you're not alerting enemies, you know, right away or whatever. So maybe you can avoid some enemies and they might be behind you, but eventually they'll catch up to you, right? So, you know, depending on how, you know, how efficient you are at fighting enemies in front of you. So I thought that was a pretty cool feature, you know, like, yeah, eventually they'll come up from behind and not that many, right? So you're kind of fighting on both ends. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I feel like that one's more of an indie title. This Cyber Knight Flashpoint, I think it was really cheap that it was on sale. So I'm gonna stick with that. See where that takes me, and yeah, as long as I'm in the mood for just more, you know, turn-based tactical games. So, but yeah, finally, Jesus, I was able to sit down and actually play some Doom: The Dark Ages. Have you played any of this?
No,
On
I
Game
haven't.
Pass?
I haven't had time to go into it. No.
Yeah, so you know, I remember Doom Eternal. I remember, sheesh, Mayo must have been, maybe he was new on the podcast. I had the OLED TV. I remember, I think I was playing on there, but that game just did not grab me. I think because it was like, I don't know, because you're just jumping around and like it got a little puzzly where I just didn't want to do it. And I fucking finished the game, and he was like, oh yeah, I just went through everything. But the game looked gorgeous, like, you know, playing on the OLED TV. So, and geez, I think that came out during the Xbox One days and the One X with 4K. So it did look phenomenal. So, but yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages, like this one, you know, does look really good. I've been playing it on everything, Jesus. Don't ask why, I just have. Like I played it in the living room on the OLED TV with the Xbox One X. I have now that just an update real quick. So now I'm actually in my gaming room. So at my home, I've got obviously my PC set up. I've got a station over here for the Steam Deck with its own, you know, table and keyboard and mouse and everything. So I've got the dual monitor set up. I've got with the Xbox One S over here with the PlayStation 4. So yeah, I'm all gamed up over here, man. So like, I don't know, like I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play on the S. Like it was already installed. Just going to play on it. And also, no, you know what? I actually don't have it installed on Game Pass PC. So that would be the best place probably for me to play it, you know, in here, of course. So, but I just thought, well, I'll just play it on the S. It's already installed. So, and it still looked really good in like 1440p. So not even quite in 4K. So yeah, like it was already, you know, running buttery smooth. And so I knew I would like this one because like I heard like, oh, hey, this is grounded. You have a shield. Like you're not fucking jumping all over the damn place. Like there's no springboards. Like there is, but it's just kind of. I think that's just to kind of get you, back to where you need it to be. It's not like part of the, it's not a mechanic feature. That you need to reach higher heights or anything to, activate a fucking button or whatever or kill an enemy. So I hope none of that stuff's in there. So I'm more the grounded Doom guy, like, and so I noticed even like, and I don't know if this was in previous Dooms. I don't think it was, where it's not like there's like the strafing, where you're just like, quickly move left or right or whatever. So I think that's kind of where your shield comes in. So, like you'll see these red fucking things coming at you, right? Like, I guess you could put the shield up, right? It'll block some of that damage, but if it's green, right, then you're gonna, and you time it. It doesn't even have to be timed just right. Like it just has to be close, right? And you'll hear like this bling off of your shield, right? And it goes right back to the other enemy, and does damage to the enemy. So I thought that was really cool. So the other really cool thing that you have in there is that like I think it generates really fast, right? Where you shoot a couple enemies, they die or whatever, and then you could do the shield bash actually from a pretty far distance. So if you've got 2 or 3 enemies that are kind of like a short distance in front of you, I use a controller, right? So obviously like I just right trigger on the Xbox controller or whatever, or left trigger, and then boom, like you're already like flying forward and just taking out all 3 little trash mobs at the same time. So just by shield bashing everybody. So I thought that's pretty cool, right? So especially if a larger enemy's coming at you, like, yeah, like it's cool. Like you're no longer standing in one spot, right? Like you're moving, and like quickly taking these enemies out as fast as possible. It's a fast game, and so far I'm loving it, Jesus, because I'm playing it on the normal difficulty, and I haven't even died once. Like I've already completed chapter 1. You can pick up these things. I think they're called like sigils or something, SIGILS. So these are like, I don't know, like it explains in the beginning of the game, these are like, hey, these are like revival things. So like, I guess if you die, whatever, like it just kind of revives you from that point. Like it's not like a reload checkpoint sort of thing, So I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if I need to like, if it happens without having those, like, does it kind of restart the chapter? Like, I have no idea. So, but yeah, so far, and I think it even said they're unlimited. So I already have 3 of them. So yeah, I assume like it says unlimited. So if I can have like fucking 15 of these things, like if I'm that good, but I doubt it, right? I'm sure I'm going to be using them. So at some point, but maybe the strategy for that one is, hey, what if you're playing on hard difficulty and you've got these, and you may want to restart for the beginning of the checkpoint, right? To save them towards the end, right? To, ensure that you're going to complete the game on some kind of extreme hard difficulty. Something I didn't even think of, but no, not for me, guys. I'm playing on normal. Yeah. Cinematics, cutscenes, all that stuff is really cool. Like, I don't remember any of that cool stuff from Doom Eternal at all. So there's like these fucking aliens in there that are talking and shit, and they're pretty cool looking fucking aliens too. So, yeah, so I like it. Jesus, I like the combat and everything. So far it's really fucking good. So enjoying it so much. So I know, like I'm thinking like, okay, chapter 2. Well, I already started chapter 2, but it's like, okay, game, don't get too hard. Otherwise I'll have to drop it down to baby mode, like, so, but yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. So good shit.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, just mobile games, really, mostly. Like I just haven't been at the PC, so yeah, just some dumbass mobile games.
You know what time it is, Scotty?
It's late. I'm old. I'm going to bed. It's news time.
It's news time.
Beep, 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 beep. News.
Some Xbox news real quick. Xbox had their showcase on June 8th, which was and they talked about some games, right? We saw, apparently they showed, I haven't seen it, they showed Fable getting a release date of 2025 release window, apparently. Gears of War E-Day.
But there was no date, right? I think on the Fable, I believe.
I don't think so.
Or was there a date? I couldn't remember.
Is this correct? Okay. Yeah, this is correct. All right. We got Perfect Dark gameplay reveal. Blah, Metal Gear Solid Delta. They talked about the Outer Worlds too. What did they talk about in the Outer World? Well, tell me, Gunny. What did they say?
Oh, so there was I thought it was like a developer direct sort of thing. It felt like it. So because I had started watching this earlier, okay, and then I couldn't tell like what was the showcase and what was the developer direct thing. I'm like, oh, so I don't know. It was pretty good though. Like they were just talking about the characters mostly, I think. So because I wasn't paying 100% attention. I know I should have been awake in class, but I wasn't. But yeah. So I think all about characters mostly, worlds. That was my
And
take on it.
yeah, they talked about this brand new coming machine called the ROG Xbox Ally X.
We'll talk about that one after. Like I got some words, but we'll talk about that handheld device.
I don't know what else to talk about on the Xbox show. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what they talked about. I don't know what was the hype. I don't know, Gunny.
Yeah. So then, okay, so I'm just going to go over a couple of them here. Like, so High on Life 2. I did not care for the first one, so I know some
I
people
like
really.
the first one.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
completed it. Like, it just kind of got to me. It got boring. So, yeah, like I have no interest. Even like I was like, no, I'm not going back to this game. Like, just I don't know. Like, yeah, it was funny at first, and it's Rick and Morty, right? Like, yeah, they're the voices, but yeah, I don't know. So, obviously they made such an impact. Sure, more people. I'm sure I'm going to be playing it. It's on Game Pass, so I believe it is. Day one on Game Pass. So High on Life 2. Oh, but you know what? I'm thinking too, Jesus. Something I got to check. That guy that I don't know, one of the voice actors, right? Or is he the voice actor for both? I can't remember, but wasn't he involved in some spousal abuse or something, and he ended up going to jail? It was like a big deal. So I don't know if I
He
don't.
got accused. He got accused of a bunch of shit. He got accused. I don't know, some shit. Turns out at the end of the day, all the charges were dropped or whatever.
Okay, it does say here he will not be involved in the sequel. So I'm reading it right now. So I just answered my own question,
which is so weird to me. Like this dude pretty much created this stuff and was accused of a bunch of shit, and then he got fired from the studio, part of the Rick and Morty whatever.
Yeah,
and then he was everything that was brought up. Yeah, everything that was brought up against him, all the charges and stuff were dropped. But even though they were dropped, he's still being excluded from all, which is kind of crazy to me. I'm like, this guy's the guy who invented Rick and Morty. He was the voices of. Now they just replaced him. They just said, "Fuck you. We're taking over this. You're being replaced." That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
They must really not like him. I don't know if he was an asshole to them or what, but they must really hate him.
Yeah, or they probably, I'm assuming too, it's probably just one of those things where they're like, all right, Justin, check this out. Since there was allegations and there wasn't anything became of it, but you still and you might have made up with your spouse, but there's still this this negative thing hanging over you, and we don't want any part of that involving any of our money at our studio.
I think the dude just couldn't handle his alcohol. Really bad drunk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Personally, I think he was probably just a really bad drunk, and people just didn't like him after a while. He was just probably unbearable to be around.
Right.
When people drink so much, they just become alcoholics, and they just never stop drinking.
Yeah.
It could have been that, because this dude, I heard he was a really bad alcoholic, really bad, to the point where he was showing up to the studio drunk and shit, recording the lines all drunk, drunk as hell, drunk out of his mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, sucks, but hey, man, shit happens. Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to play that Clockwork Revolution though. I like that game. That game looks like
that one reads BioShock everywhere. That looks cool. I've watched that trailer twice now. It does look really good. That looks
dope. Yeah.
We did get another. So there's a sequel to A Plague Tale. It's called Renaissance: A Plague Tale Legacy. Another one. So Mayo played the first I think Mayo played the second one all the way through. No, he played the first one all the way through. I don't know if he did it with the second one, so I'll have to ask him. I know he really enjoyed these games. But yeah, so I think I want to say it was just a trailer on this one. So just as coming in 2026. Here's a big one, I think, for some people. yeah, like this. Okay, now this is a game that I always see people on Twitter just always talking about like whenever it comes up, and that's Hollow Knight Silk Song. So they keep saying, "Where's Silk Song? Where is it? When's it coming out? What's up?" Um, so there's always been this theme, like it's 2025 and there's still no Silk Song. So it does say here that Silk Song will be available at launch in Game Pass when the ROG Ally releases later this year. It would be smart. We always say this, Jesus, right? Or at least we used to, and now we don't actually care. Xbox needs to come out with the ROG Ally, and this needs to be an exclusive on that platform for 6 months or 1 year, right? To kind of sell them. But Microsoft, they don't care, right? They don't care. So I think it'll just be available everywhere, including the PlayStation 5. So, so then, yeah, no, it'll be everywhere, right? All these games will be on PlayStation. Everything I'm talking about here, all on PlayStation as well. So the more people that play it, the better, of course. Hollow Knight, I don't know. Me and Mayo never got into it. So I don't know, it didn't resonate with us or whatever. So like Dead Cells was our thing, right? So including fucking Ryan Gibson, right? So yeah, we all love fucking Dead Cells. But yeah, Game Pass, I'll check this out as well. There's a game on here called Blood of Dawn Walker. So this one's out in 2026. This is from CD Projekt Red developers. So there's a trailer. I recommend going to watch that, Jesus. Blood of the Dawn Walker. So check that one out. Looks like a cool RPG game from CD Projekt Red. Here's a good one. I think me and my son are going to play this. So this is a game we played all the fucking time on Xbox 360, Xbox One. And that is Super Meat Boy. So this is called Meat Boy 3D. So I really like this. I am like not into extremely hard ass games, but Super Meat Boy, hey, if I finish half of this game, guys, I will be happy. I do. Like I did it with the first 2 Super Meat Boy games, and I bought the other 2. One of them was more of a, what am I thinking of, like a Tetris game style type thing, but way too difficult for me. It's like I gave up after the first hour or so. And yeah, I didn't even ask for my money back. I'm like, that's fine. You guys keep my money. You guys are awesome. So, but yeah, the first 2 I fucking really enjoyed, and I'll definitely be picking this one up. So yeah, so this one's actually coming to Game Pass. Who knows? I might actually just make the purchase. So, because I'm sure I'll be playing it a lot as well. Next one, Ninja Gaiden 4. We knew that one was coming out. I think so. I thought it was November. I think it's when it's coming out. Yeah, if you go watch this, Jesus, Ninja Gaiden 4, like it doesn't look like a Ninja Gaiden game. I don't know, like just the camera angles and everything. So yeah, but it looks cool. Like a lot of cool fucking action combat shit going on. So yeah, I'm always used to like fucking side combat, with Ninja Gaiden. So even like Ninja Gaiden Black that came out on Game Pass, like yeah, that was an odd fucking camera selection. So that would take some getting used to. So with a hack and slash. But either way, it looks good. New story DLC for Indiana Jones. So this one's called, what is it called? The Great Circle. Okay, so DLC. Oh, The Order of the Giants. I don't know. I might actually purchase this, Jesus, because I actually finished this game. So, and really liked it. So then I'm hoping, yeah, if it's like $15, I'll definitely pick it up and then just play it on Game Pass. So that'll be the way for me to go on that one. This one I have not really checked out. Here's another one from the Pokemon. They're making a game on Xbox. It's not a Pokemon game though. So this one is called Beast of Reincarnation. I think I missed this one here. So I'll just kind of go off, see how it reads. And it says, with apologies to everyone who's very sad about the graphics in Pokemon games on the Switch, here's a trailer for a game called Beast of Reincarnation. It looks to pull from Japanese folklore and Monster Hunter, but it also has robots. And yeah, it looks a little bit nicer than Switch games. And it's coming to PC and consoles next year. So yeah. And of course, Clockwork Revolution. We've already talked about that one. So yeah, that looks awesome. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Okay, so that's who made it? Or oh yeah, from the makers, right? Of the Love Child of Arcane and Vampire Masquerade. Okay, here's one for Ryan Gibson. I knew as soon as I saw me and Ryan were talking about it in our chat. So and that's Grounded 2. So yeah, So Grounded obviously was a really good game. I highly even just recommend going and playing that game now. So tons of gameplay. I don't know. Ryan can tell you, you'll probably get 60, 70, 80 hours of gameplay. Like it's a really cool progression system and base building and exploration. And yeah, it's just like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, except, well, it is, right? It's just, you're just not Rick Moranis, but you're the kids. And yeah, there's lots to explore, lots to do, and weapons to make. And yeah, it's cool. I highly recommend even going in with somebody who's more, knowledgeable on the game as well. So you'll be a little lost thinking, how do I get fucking water droplets, because I'm thirsty and I don't want to die of dehydration. So, or yeah, how to fight off what ants and what ants to piss off and which ones not to. So yeah, Grounded 2, just even the trailer, like, oh my gosh, like this game looks more beautiful than the first one. Like, and the first one was done so well, and Obsidian did an amazing job with it. So I don't know because I know this one, they didn't put it on PlayStation for whatever reason. So it was just an Xbox and PC game. So yeah, or yeah, maybe it just wasn't on Steam. I don't even know. So, but yeah, just looking down, I don't see anything on it as to what other systems it'll be out on, but there is going to be an early access July 29th. This is the way to go for me, Jesus, right? This early access thing where they're not just going to be like, drop it and say, hey, yeah, the game's complete. I like the early access, even if they're charging $59 for it. Like, I think that's good, right? They get feedback, they constantly update, and then who knows, like they can say October 1st is like the full release date or whatever. Thanks for being an early adopter. Here's some fucking free fucking shit for you for your base or whatever. So yeah, that's what I love about Obsidian. They do games so well. Next game we've got Bloober's Sci-Fi Chronos. So is that Bloober Team? Is that what they're talking about? So Chronos: The New Dawn is the name of the game. So, and it looks cool. At first I thought it was Starfield, and I was like, oh, is this like the Starfield DLC or whatever? But yeah, a little dramatic in the just more of a trailer, I think. So you're in a spacesuit and shit. So yeah, check that out. More Elder Scrolls DLC, Elder Scrolls Online DLC. So of course, right, we have to have that. So next one we have here is Don't Nods. This is their new game called Aphelion. So maybe that was the game I was thinking it was Starfield. I can't remember now. So without actually watching the trailer. So yeah, looks like another spaceship guy. He's fucking got a rope or whatever. So it says here, by 2060, Earth will be uninhabitable. The discovery of a ninth planet at the edge of the solar system, humanity's best hope. European Space Agency is dispatching the HOPE scientific mission consisting of 2 accomplished astronauts. So maybe I didn't see this one. I must have missed it. So, but moving on, next game they showed was There Are No Ghosts at Grand. Grand what? I don't even know. Some kind of musical. It's a musical game. Check that out. And Age of Mythology Retold expansion. So never played I think I might have played this, Jesus, the Age of Mythology. So yeah, I think I did play this on might have played it on Game Pass. I don't remember. And then the other one here we do have is called what is this called? Mudang. Mudang the Two Hearts, a Korean action game coming in 2026. So there's that. And then also Planet of Lana 2. I didn't even know there was a Planet of Lana 1. And the next one is a popular anime solo leveling action game. So it's called Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive. And moving on to the next one, we've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. So yeah, I just remember Tony talking about this game, and you can play as the Doom guy in the demo, which is out today. So go check that out. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Well, actually, yeah, just the demo's out, but the game actually released July 11th. Next one we have here is Fate's End. So who was making this one here? Oh, the people that made Spiritfarer. So maybe Jonathan Hall, he'll probably get into this one. So check this one out, Fate's End. And here's a big one, Jesus. I think I played a few hours of this game. It's not for me, but Persona 4, there's a remake. So I assume it's going to be like a different story. It just talks about a different story here. So the Persona 4 revival. So check that out. No date though. So I'm going to say 2026. And of course, Gears of War Reloaded. I'm sure you heard about this, Jesus, already. I don't think it was a new thing, right? This is something it could have been like an early leak thing, basically. To say, hey, we've got Reloaded. It's coming to the PlayStation 5, so as well. So yeah, everything is kind of like 120 FPS, 4K resolution, fully modernized multiplayer with cross-platform saves and cross-play multiplayer. So I'm wondering, is this like the Halo Master Chief Collection? I would think, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. So yeah, which is cool. Like it was kind of weird, Jesus, watching Gears of War 1 in like this 4K format. So yeah, it just looks so off to me. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm sure it'll be on Game Pass, so no problem on that. Next one's called Invincible VS or Versus. So I did not see this one, but it's a 2D tag fighter. And yeah, there's that. And a new game from Double Fine called Keeper coming out in October. And a one last world premiere. Jesus, one last one. Maybe you've heard of this one. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, blah, blah, blah. Right? We knew that was coming. So,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
I saw the trailer for that, and I thought it looked like a different game from Call of Duty. It looked like a horror game. It reminded me of the game Control, kind of.
Yeah, it's got like the thumbnail on it. It's got like that kind of look to it. So, but yeah, when does this come out? Does it even say? Like, what's up? November, right?
I said October, no, October 29th, something like that.
I always say November. It's always October. I always forget. So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that comes out there, and that's pretty much it. I guess there was a few other things on CFE, probably just more DLC stuff. So, and of course, Elder Worlds, and really a deep dive on that game. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we got, mostly.
All right. Moving on now. Let's talk about
wait, Jesus. Wait, hold on. Something I kind of skipped over here. So, but yeah, so we're talking about Xboxes, ROGs, allies, handheld, and so yeah, so all the PlayStation games, Jesus, they're going to be running on this Xbox machine, by the way. So if you like Miles Morales, right? You like Spider-Man, that'll be on the new ROG Ally. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, real quick. So I don't have the specs pulled up in front of me. Let's see if I can do that here real quick. So there is the ROG Ally, right? So let me just pull up here Xbox, right? So just kind of get the yeah. I'm gonna pull that up. What do we have?
So I'm looking at them. There's two different versions. The Ally X, and then there's the ROG Xbox Ally. So there's two different versions. One of them comes with the Z2 processor. The other one comes with the AI Z2 Extreme processor. So it's pretty much like the ROG Allies that are out now. Remember the ROG Ally Extreme and then the regular ROG Ally. So it's kind of like that, but the Xbox versions, I guess. Of course, the one that's more expensive or the more premium one comes with the 1 terabyte SSD internal storage. The other one comes with the 512 gig internal storage.
Yeah.
They both come with Xbox style controllers, like the Xbox style XYBA and the D-pad, the thumbsticks, trigger buttons, RB, LB, or whatever. They would both sport a 7-inch full HD 1080p 500 nits 16:9 resolution screen with 120 hertz refresh rate. FreeSync is going to be on it or whatever, made by Corning Gorilla Glass or with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus plus anti-reflection on them. On the I/O ports, so this is a little bit different. On the ROG Xbox Ally X, it comes with one USB 4 Type-C with DisplayPort, 2.1 power delivery, 3.0 Thunderbolt. And it comes with one USB 3.2, Type-C, one micro SD card reader, and a combo audio jack. The other one, the normal one, comes with no Thunderbolt DisplayPort, but it comes with two USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-Cs, and then a micro SD card port with the audio jack port. They both will support Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.4. battery life is a little bit better on the Pro one, or the higher end one is 80 watts, 80 watt hours or whatever. The other one is 60, and then they both come with the stand, with the charger, and the ROG Xbox Ally. So apparently here Xbox is these come with an Xbox button. They come with Xbox inspired controls. They're supposed to be battery efficient, so you can play for hours at a time. And yeah, I mean, the pricing is where we're at. We don't know what the pricing is with these yet. These will have support for your Xbox. So, like, if you have Xbox Play Anywhere titles, you can play them on here, your Xbox, and on. It's supposed to you can install Steam on here as well. So that's kind of neat, right? Like, you can install your Steam library on here. You can get your Game Pass library on here. You can stream with the Xbox Cloud. So there's all that. You have remote play from your console as well, Xbox Remote Play. So yeah, as far as specs and all that.
Yeah, so I would say that, I mean, these things already exist, right? Don't they? I mean, because we already have the Z2 or so we already have the X out there, right? With the Z2 Extreme processor.
Yeah, we already
So
have
they
them
already
with those.
exist, right? Which is out there.
This is pretty much like an update one of whatever the ROG that's out there now. Pretty much because the ROG that's out there,
button, right?
Yeah,
it has the Xbox button, right? So then, and I think you're going to get like, I don't know. I was just watching the thing like on the conference with Ryan McCaffrey and the other guy talking about, because Ryan was asking a question like, does it have Windows or whatever? Like, yeah, yes and no or whatever. It runs in the background, but it does have that like software of like the ROG Ally, right? Armory Crate, which is like, which is like where you're kind of controlling like your battery life and performance and stuff, just like a Steam Deck OS has that same button. The Xbox button will bring up your game library or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, because I've never had a ROG OS and I've never really watched a full video on just how like the software works or whatever, but it seems to be right on par with like the Steam Deck as far as like, hey, if you like, let's just take I'm trying to think of a game, for example. Let's take Control, right? Like, I guess they're always that similar spec of like, you're getting, 50 frames a second or whatever, or yeah, like consistently or whatever. They seem to match each other for the most part. So even on the Z2 Extreme chip, so with I think 64 megabytes or gigabytes of memory. So I'm not saying like they're both the same machine or whatever. So they're already out there. So I think these things already exist, right? So it's just now that it's going to be the Xbox branded, it's going to have it'll have the Xbox style type controller. So yeah, and they're currently, I'm going to say, I think it was like, okay, so for the 1 terabyte, and that one was, I think that one was 900 or something like that. So $899. What they're actually down to now, I don't know, Jesus, but I saw a lot of people that were in comments on all these different like platforms like Reddit, YouTube, or whatever. It's going to be $699 or whatever, or $799. I don't know why everybody's lowball this thing. Maybe I'm a little more optimistic, right? Where I'm thinking like, no, it's going to be fucking $899, and I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft with their, I'm sorry, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, right? But, with their recent price increase and I understand this is maybe not Microsoft pricing this thing.
$900, probably $900 or $800.
Yeah, I'm thinking 900 is going to be the minimum, right? So, and I don't know where Asus stands right now with tariffs, right? Or how they look at things, right? So I don't know. Is that still up in the air? I still don't even know. I don't follow that shit every day. It gives me a headache. So where do we stand with the tariffs in China or whatever? So anyway, so then I'm thinking like, okay, like I don't want to, yeah, I'm gonna say 1,000. I don't know, 900 to 1,000, right? So yeah, probably 700 for the 512 gigabyte is where I'm at with that one. So, but that's as low as I'm going, man.
I'm looking at the ROG Ally right now. Like the ROG Ally X is $900.
Yeah, look at the Z2. You're right, for the Z2 chip. So, but okay, Jesus. So here's the question. I assume they probably only made what, 10,000 of those or whatever, but maybe for the Xbox crowd, they're going to make 50,000 do you think that's going to make the difference with the number of units they're going to produce for this? Do you think that makes a difference? I
No,
always
it
thought
doesn't.
it did,
No,
right? When they say,
no.
"Hey, we need you to crank out 40,000 of these before launch or whatever, or 50,000 before launch, right? So we can, you know, because they're going to sell out or whatever in Walmart's for the holiday." I don't know. I don't know. So I always thought that was the
Best
thing with.
Buy, the Z1 Extreme, two different ones here. There's the Z1 with the Extreme processor with the 1 terabyte SSD in it is $900,
Yeah. Yep.
and then the other one, the normal one with the Z1 Extreme processor, but only 512 gigs, that one's 650. The Legion Go is 650. The one
Claw.
with
What about the claw?
the 2
MSI
terabyte
claw.
SSD, I don't know about that one, but the 2 terabyte SSD ROG Ally X is $1,000. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I saw that one. Yep.
so these things, I'm thinking the Xbox is going to be around 800, easily 900.
Yeah, yeah. See, I guess that was my thing, right? Where why will
Even
it not
no,
be
actually, I think it'll be
900?
1,000. Actually, I think it'll be 1,000. The one with the higher chip.
Well, I don't know. I
I
mean, I know
I
people
think
are
it'll be a
yelling at
thousand
me, "Shut the fuck
because
up, Gunny! Shut the fuck up!" Like, you stop
these
saying
are,
it's going to be that
if
much.
you're
But I
looking,
don't.
you're looking at the pricing right now of the Z1 X2 on the new one, and so this one has the newer chip, the Z2A and the Z2 Extreme. So those are newer chips than the Z1s.
Right.
The Z1's still selling for 900 for the one
Yeah, yeah.
terabyte. I'm thinking the Z2 chip is going to be $1,000,
But
and
okay, Jesus.
I'm thinking the Z2A, the Z2 like the Hobo one, the cheaper one. I think that was going to be around 850 or 750.
But do you think? Okay, I guess like I assume that Asus probably came to Microsoft on this one and say, "Hey, can we do this?" Right? We talked about this, so and they probably said, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Right? So I'm assuming that they said, "Okay, we want to put an order in for 100,000." Right? How much can we sell it for if we order 100,000? Right? I'm sure they locked in that price.
It matters. I don't think it matters. I think at this
You don't think
point,
so? I don't know. I don't know. I'm
no.
just
I
speculating.
I think ROG Ally is going to be like, no, fuck no. Like, no matter what, the tariffs are still in play. Like, we don't know what's going on with all that. We're still going to sell it at
Yeah.
1,000.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think that. I think it'll sell okay. I don't think it's going to sell. Honestly, I think that this is a thing that
Yeah.
Microsoft will. I think Microsoft is going to kill it in 2 years.
I think if I don't know where the handheld market stands besides the Switch 2, right? So take that out of the
That's
equation.
the problem. The problem is that right now that they fucked up. It's too late for this.
You think it is? I think that
Yeah, it is because no one, no one in their right mind is gonna spend $1,000 for an Xbox platform when you can buy a Nintendo one for half the price.
yeah,
And that's just the case, bro.
yeah.
That's just the case.
You're
I'm
right. I
telling
think
you,
yeah.
they fucked up. They should have released this last year.
Right.
They should
Or
have
they could
came out
probably
last year and said, "Yo, we got this Xbox handheld." When the Steam Deck was coming out, they should have said this was
true.
coming out.
Yeah, that would have been a great contender, right?
That
Because
would have been a contender, but now it's not. Now the Steam Deck can undercut them even more.
yeah.
Now Steam Deck 2 can come out and be like, "Hey, we got a new Steam Deck coming out. You got this stupid No, they think that because, oh, you can play all your Windows games on. No one owns Windows games. Like, there's a very select few people in the market that own Windows games. Like a very small niche amount of people that own Windows games compared to Steam games. Steam is the
Right.
dominant library on PC. Steam is.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
even
I agree. I
Epic,
agree. I
even
think
Epic can't compare to Steam. They want to, but they can't. No matter what they do, they still can't. And I think that they fucked up and they should have released this a few years ago. They should have came out with this 2 years ago when the Steam was coming out, Steam Deck. And they should have.
one of the news pieces that we missed, Jesus being off, was that they killed off their project. So yeah, that was their. I forgot what the project was called, but that was back when Phil Spencer was asked about an Xbox handheld, and then he said, "Yeah, you got to talk to Sarah Bond about that." Yeah, so that was Let me just bring that up. So real
I'm
quick,
just saying they should have done this years ago. It's a little too late now, especially like I'm telling you with the Switch 2 out, dude. No one when it comes to November when this thing comes out, right? Say they
Yeah.
drop it in November, and people go to the stores, people go to Best Buy, people are Christmas shopping, and people start going to Best Buy. You know what's going to be on the shelf everywhere? Switch 2. You know what people are going to be asking for a handheld, right? And
Right.
people are going to buy the Switch over this fucking thing because, or the Steam Deck. Because you could buy a Steam Deck for $300, dude, $400, and you get a new Steam Deck. Like, you don't need this device. This device is like for the people that want to play their Xbox game code. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. I think it's too. It's gonna be too overpriced, and I think honestly, Microsoft will kill it in about a couple years, just like they do with all the shit that fails for them. Like everything else that doesn't do well for them, they will just be like, 2 years from now, you're gonna hear about the new Xbox in 2027 coming out, and you'll hear, or next year, even in 2026, you'll hear about the new Xbox, and you won't hear a fucking peep about this fucking Xbox ROG Ally shit. They might mention it, like a little side mention of it, but they ain't gonna talk about it full length. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, we still support that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's still there. But like they're not gonna talk about the sales because guess what? I don't think it's gonna sell well. It's gonna be too overpriced. When the Switch costs 400 or 500 compared to $1,000 or $800 even, people just won't buy it, dude. They just won't.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot.
don't.
So, but of course, I could look at this, right? Me being in the know of everything on gaming, I can say, yeah, like, hey, that's cool. Like, but I would still wait. I'm such an optimistic person, Jesus, where I can say, okay, I obviously want the Xbox ROG Ally X, whatever the fuck it is, the most expensive one. Give me the one for 9, right? So, okay, it's gonna play. I can get in there. I can play Call of Duty. I can play Battlefield, right? I can do all these online things with BattleEye and other anti-cheat systems, and I can install my Steam app and play all my Steam games and Epic. Which, yeah, right. And then like, well, I guess what is the ease of use on those things, right? So, um, maybe the Epic thing might be a little tricky, or GOG or whatever. But still, I'm like, hey, I'm playing all my fucking library on this game or on this device, but but of course I have consoles and stuff. But if I compare it to, like, let's say my Steam Deck, right, which has Steam Deck OS, which is buttery smooth and it works great, and as long as I'm not trying to add things, Jesus, like there's this thing called Junk Store, right, where I'm trying to put the Epic Game Store on there, or if I wanted to be really super technical, Jesus, I can put Windows 11 on there and put my Game Pass stuff on there, but not going to do that, right? That's a lot of work for me. So yeah, but still, I'm like, it does pique my interest where I can say, man, like I can play everything on that device, right? But really, I don't know. Is it really worth it for that jump for me? But I'm sure I know what you're saying. The general audience is looking at this like, well, what? Like I can play my games natively? Sarah Bond just said I can play all my games, my Xbox game natively. But yeah, like I don't know. Like, is it going to be able to play every game on there? Do I have to have, the Game Pass Premium, right, to play things in the cloud? Like that's another thing, right, where people are, wait, what? I got to pay $20 a month to play fucking cloud gaming, and and I thought this device would do it already. I don't know, Jesus. There's a lot of questions to be answered on that one. So, even me, I just like my PC Game Pass. Keep it low, $12.99 a month. So I can't afford $20. It's too much. Yeah, I don't know. Like we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna, but I'd still wait, right? I would still wait. Like, hey, this thing. What does this thing do, right? I always wait for the damn thing to come out. Like, what exactly does it do, right? Can it really play all those things? Is it playing them in, what FPS mode is it? Are they? I don't know. I'm sure Microsoft's gonna have a name for like it's game ready, right? Where Steam Deck games are verified, right? So this is another terminology for the game actually works. You can play it, so it's been tested. It does work fine. So yeah, I'll wait, and check it out. If it does, I might trade in the Steam Deck. We'll see how it goes. But so far, I love my OLED. I love my indie games on there. Ubisoft's fucking games run super smooth on there. Mirage and yeah, fucking Assassin's Creed just fucking works really well. So, but
What happens?
continue to buy games on that library.
There's more news here. PlayStation. Apparently, they're adding some new features to the DualSense controller. Sony announced that soon the DualSense controllers will support multi-device pairing. All right, that's going to be a release date for later this year. It's an update allowing seamless device switching. Yeah. So play it on your phone, on your PC, on your second PS5, all that stuff.
Nice.
All right. What else? Outer Worlds 2 is officially Xbox's first $80 game. That's right. Following the Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, stores listing confirmed the price point for the RPG. A premium edition, which includes early access and a pass, will release for $100. Microsoft announced plans last month to raise the prices of their Xbox consoles globally and also announced that they would go to a $80 charge for games starting later this year. And they said, we understand that these changes are challenging and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering to play more games across any screen, ensuring Xbox play. So this week, Nintendo launched Switch 2 alongside its own $40 Mario Kart World. And in April, Sony announced that they would increase the price of the PS5 Digital Edition again in some regions, but not in the US. And on Sunday, Xbox and Obsidian deep dive on the Outer Worlds 2 gameplay and then confirmed the release date for October 29th, 2025 on the Xbox Series X and S, 5, and the PC. And it will also be available on Game Pass day 1.
Nice. Yeah.
So, yeah. So here, more news. The PC gaming show was also this weekend.
I think that was today. I didn't watch it, but I do have some of the highlights here, Jesus, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on here we've got Ambrosia Sky, which is a new game. It looks like I'm thinking like Ghost Nico's going to be playing this game. So I don't know. It's got this scanner, like you're cleaning up shit like gunk or whatever. Looks like you're in some kind of like fucking warehouse thing or whatever. So I don't know. It's a sci-fi adventure and a so-called clean 'em up. So you've got the scanner to clean shit up. So looks kind of cool. So another game here called Far Far West. So this is the next game. Another world premiere from Fireshine Games and Evil Raptor. It's a 4-player co-op FPS with ghost bandits and elemental spell combos that look great. Here's one for some real PC fans here, I think. So it's called Neverwinter Nights 2. So Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter Nights. So this is official. I think this is I believe that first one's like a free to play. So, with microtransactions, and it had a store and online trading and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I'm sure this one will have all that good stuff coming out in July. So, it also says it's using the 3.5 D&D rules set in the same Forgotten Realms campaign setting as the Boulder Gate series. So, yeah, can't wait to see what this game looks like. Next one we have here is just another rhythm game called Fresh Tracks. It's a fast and furious rhythm game. So there's that. And the next one we've got is Terminal Bridges latest trailer. So just a trailer. And next we've got Rataton Blends, the roguelike and rhythm genre with a splash of side-scrolling action. Looks like a lot of cool indie games in here. Another one called Moomin Trail. Winter Warmth arrives next year. So, there's that, if I even said it correctly. And the next one is Nessie Wants to Build, Quest, and Conquer. So, Necesse. Necesse. So, it's the name of the game. And the next one is Den of Wolves. So, this is a 4-player co-op heist FPS set in a techno thriller future from the creators of Payday, Payday 2, and GTFO. Den of Wolves in a safe cracking hands or whatever. So safe hands. There we go. Next one, we've got a dancing game called, what's it called here? All Systems Dance. So there's that. Next one is Spooky Express. And some of these are just trailers in here. And we do have the Rogue Prince of Persia comeback trailer. So a new Prince of Persia game. Cool. And the next one is Engine Fail playtest trailer. So, train hopping PvP sandbox Engine Fail has a truly ambitious premise. And the next one is Eve Frontier Founder Access. A trailer on that one. and a new game here called Skyrig. So this is a reveal trailer. So this one here, system builder for Factorio sickos set in the skies of bulging gas giant, courtesy of Rockstar Flare Studios. The same folks putting together Egyptian architect Sim Dynasty of the Sands. Skyrim looks like a sure thing for the snap to grid aficionados among us. Hey, we'll be checking this out, right? We like them city builders. And the next one we've got here is something called Kaizen with a K. Kaizen, a factory story set in a factory in Japan. And the next one is Dawn Apart. It's an early access release date trailer. Looks like another city kind of builder, whatever. So yeah, Dawn Apart is like Satisfactory merged with Red Faction. A space colony for factory sim with fully destructible environments and an alien under the threat of an uprising. Next, looks like another one, Modulus. Looks like a multiplayer factory game. So more of those. I think they know what we like, Jesus. You know, we like factory games. We like building shit.
Yeah.
And the next, right? So yeah, I see it. There's a lot of months play that. That looks dumb, you know, or whatever. But it's another colony sim game or something. Next one is called Generation Exile. So, you know what? So with some of these games, Jesus, I just want to point out, I'll probably go back and do my research on these because sometimes there's even like, you know, with these things called the Next Fest, which they'll actually put out mostly demos. So if you do a comparison and just kind of go back to Steam, so find demos for these games on Steam. Next one here is Alters. The Alters is what it's called, or just Alters. So this is here like from the developers of Frostpunk, the latest trailer for the Alters aired during the PC Gaming Show. Looks like being trapped on an alien planet with a few dozen copies of yourself can get a little intense. Next one here is Pathfinder Abomination Vaults. So fantastical realm filled with giant spiders, mouth-watering magic, dark secrets, valiant squads with all who specialize in different aspects of combat. So yeah, it says it's actually, wish listed now. Not available yet. Next one is Moonlighter 2. Oh, there we go. There's one for Ryan Gibson. Moonlighter 1, you got Moonlighter 2 now. The Endless Vault. So I will send that to Ryan. So yeah, he's going to be happy about that. So I'm sure, I'm no doubt that's probably coming to PlayStation, Xbox when it does launch. So, and there was a demo. So yeah, go play the demo now. Next one here is Barotrauma Home and Harbor. I think I have the first Barotrauma game. It's, what would I call it? Stick figure? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that game. So I always end up drowning. So yeah, I have the first one. So yeah, now there's a second one called Home and Harbor Expansion. Next one here is I'm Not Human. So let's see here. Obviously, No, I'm Not Human. Only left humans in. Reads the game tagline, eliminate all visitors. So probably a horror game. Okay, this is the weirdest horror game ever to feature. So makes sense. Next one is Botsu, Botsu. So it's a ragdoll robot sports game. And next one we have in here is No More Room in Hell 2. So I don't know if I played this one. I don't know if I played the first one or not. So looks like an early co-op shooter, shooting hordes of the Waking Dead. Next one is Far Ever. So not forever, but Far Ever. So also we have Mandrake. So another release trailer. Another one here for you, Jesus, called Pizza Bandit. So check that out. Looks like he's a robot making pizzas. Or looks human, but he's got robot arms making pizzas. And next one is Demon School. So it's due out this summer. And promises karaoke, romance, and other things in there. So lots of monster battles. Next one we have is The Latest Caretaker. So yeah, see what this one's about. Another sci-fi survival shooter. And next one is Railborn. So co-op survival, Railborn, burst onto the tracks. Something. Check that one out. You can build a train, guys. And next one, Voyagers of Nura. Early access. So go see here. Okay, it doesn't have a release date unless it's already out. Oh, here we go. Icarus, Greatest Hunts. So this is probably, I don't know if this is a new game because I do play Icarus once. So, which is a city builder. I guess you can call it a city builder, right? You're just on like an alien planet. So fighting fucking like dinosaur style type animals and shit. So, and bears and all kinds of crap. So pretty cool. Next one is Garbage Country. Okay, this one looks really indie. So check that out. Next, we've got Dark Switch. So let's see. This one is a creepy fog that drives people mad. So another horror game. And next one is Spirit X Strike. That's what it's called, Spirit X Strike. So probably a fighting game as well. And next we have Worship. So, okay, what's this one about? Okay, Worship is a game about being a ruthless worship. Check it out. What was that game that we played that was really cool? I could never get into it, but you fucking made it super far in that game. So something to do with a cult, right? So anyway, yeah, the list goes on here, guys. I'm not going to keep going over it. Obviously, you got First Light from 007. I think I watched that. Oh, okay, was that earlier today?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's kind of a short little trailer, but yeah, like I'm sure we'll see more gameplay probably later this year, early next year. So it's been too long since we got a 007 game. And I'm just trying to go through the list here. Anything else that kind of pops out at me here? I don't see anything else. So since I didn't watch it today, I think it was today. Could have been yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I thought I saw Jeff Keighley and IGN. They were still going. So still going with the Summerfest. So that's really kind of all I have on that as far as game reveals and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff even we missed, that.
Yeah.
One
last piece of news that I have for you. The Switch 2, of course, launched last Friday, and as of right now, it has outsold the PS5 on launch day with figures of 200,000 units sold in France. That is more than the PS5 sold at launch. So yeah. I think the PS5 was the record holder in the country with 107,000 units launched. That's 17,000 more than PS4 during the PS4 launch. And now Switch has broken that record with the 200,000 consoles sold at launch. Says here, as of June 5th, Switch 2 has generated a total of 130 million euros only days after the launch, as around 70% of the console sales come from the Mario Kart bundle. They also shared that only 3 to 5% of Nintendo Switch 2 buyers did not buy Mario Kart World, implying the game has a 95% attach rate or higher. Says here, meanwhile, Nintendo approximately 500,000 Switch 2 units available for pre-order alone on its My Nintendo store in Japan. Says here, Inside Games Japan had conducted a survey to gather the percentage of individuals who succeeded in playing for the Nintendo Switch 2 out of the 2.2 million or so who registered opportunity. Says here, as the derived from a large number of responses, says here around 1/4 of the respondents succeeded in winning the lottery sale. So yeah. Yeah. Switch 2 seems to be selling pretty good. From what I hear, you can just pretty much any store and pick one up right now. They're pretty widely available, which makes sense, right? They were probably prepared to sell quite a bit, and you got to think about, of course, this is going to beat Xbox Series X and S and PS5 numbers because PS5 and Xbox consoles launched during the COVID year in 2020. Like everything was shut down. Remember? Nothing was being shipped. You couldn't find a fucking Xbox or a PlayStation. You had to fucking be on top of shit. Remember people were watching stores and you had to watch store. I mean, fuck, I had to buy my first PS5 off of somebody on OfferUp or something. It's just, it was you couldn't find one.
Yeah, I couldn't even get I didn't put a lot of effort into getting the X. I got the S at first because it was readily available at Target.
But the X was impossible to get. Remember? The X was impossible to get. For the longest time, you couldn't find one. Until maybe a couple years ago, you could start finding it. But yeah, those things were, it was a bitch to get those consoles, and now they're pretty easily available. And this one, I feel like it's pretty widely available. People are saying they can walk into Target, they walk into Best Buy, they're just on the shelf. You can just pick one up and say, I want it, and then boom, you got it.
I checked my Walmart online on Saturday. Of course, that was late, right? So I checked it Saturday, and it was could have been Saturday or Sunday, but it was unavailable. So
Yeah.
but I live in a small, like an area where there's not a lot of people, so they probably got 50 of those things up here, and I bet you there was probably 200 people asking for them at the most in my area because there's no Targets or anything around here, just a Walmart. And I did Jesus. I did just I was just inquiring, right? It wasn't like I was out to get a Switch 2, but it was like so. There's a guy, he owns 2 video game stores, one here and one about 50 miles from here. So he owns both. And then I emailed him like, hey, you got them Switch 2s? Mm-hmm. Give me them Switch 2s. But he never responded. So jerk. Jerk. Come on. You got them Switch 2s, buddy.
I'll
You could have
probably end up
responded and said,
picking.
come in the store. Come on in. Look.
I know Bill Gardner got one. I think I might pick one up eventually. I don't think I need one right now. I think I'm pretty good right now. I don't really care for Mario Kart. It doesn't do much for me. But I would pick one up for like whatever random shit, Zelda, I guess, or Mario, or fucking Pokemon
You do get into
or something.
you played the last couple good Pokemons, right? So I'm sure.
Yeah, like I'll get
That'll be
into that
another
type of shit. If not, I'll go back to other games or whatever on there. But or I might pick one up for the living room console. Like whatever, like then I can use it to play. That'll be my excuse to pick it up, and then I can use it to play like shit when exclusive shit comes out on it. I can use it for. Yeah,
You can play Cyberpunk 2077 again.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not.
Right, you got to play on the Switch too.
Fucking Switch. No, I'm not. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Come on, 60 FPS, Jesus, you can do it.
No, I'm fine.
720p, let's go.
No,
Or 1080p.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we have. Leave the show, leave a review us. Also, you can share us with your friends and family. Do that. Share us with everyone. Everyone, go share us. Sharing is caring.
Let everybody know where we're at.
Let everyone know where we're at.
Show them. You got to show them the phone and go, there's a podcasting app on here, or just use, everybody knows what a Spotify is, right? If you don't,
everyone knows Spotify. And if people don't know Spotify, they know Pandora. If they don't know Pandora, they know iHeartRadio. If they don't know any of these things, then they're really
get on the limit. Get on the limit, man.
Yeah, get on the limit, bro. Like, get the fuck on the limit. Yeah, you're under a rock.
Yeah, if you're rocking a fucking a Zune or a fucking what am I thinking of here? The fucking iPod or something. Yeah.
An old ass iPod Shuffle, fucking 2004 iPod Shuffle and shit. Like, yeah, like get with the times, man. Yeah, like it's 2025. No one's using an iPod anymore. We all got iPhones and Androids. We don't
iPads and everything else. People, grab your laptop, show your grandma how to download Spotify.
Yeah, show them what Spotify
Tell her to
is.
listen.
Yeah, tell your grandma to listen. Grandma's welcome here. It's a safe space.
I just wanted to give you an update, Jesus. I didn't tell you because I've been busy. I was supposed to come up to talk and see you next week.
Oh yeah.
And I'm okay, but I'm still coming up there. It's just okay. We're not going to be in the town that you live near. We'll be in Salem.
Well, it's not.
So okay. So listen. So then
Salem is a lot further away than you showed me, but okay.
yeah. Like an hour and 20 minutes difference at least, right? Depending on what time of the day you're even going. So I assumed, Jesus, that we'll probably So let me back up. So this trip is for my son, okay? And so the friend that he's gonna go see is somebody he met. So when Xbox One launched, whenever the fuck that was, because I remember when that launched is kind of when my son moved from the Xbox 360 to, he had a decent, I wouldn't say like the best. He didn't have his it was a gaming laptop basically. So it wasn't the what am I thinking of? Whatever gaming laptop he had. And then I don't know if Discord was a thing or whenever Discord came about, like that's when he met him on there. So, and this was through a friend that we knew from the Xbox 360 days. So this is going back. Like these guys were way back in grade school, like these were like little fucking kids. And so he, he's a driver, like he has a license, he's 19 years old, but it's like, hey dad, when can I, go see my friend? I've been asking for like 8 fucking years, like, so I'm like, all right, finally, like he's going to be He'll be in Oregon. He's from Arizona, but he works on a farm. Jesus, near Salem. I forgot the name of the town,
He works
but it's
on a
not
farm.
yeah, but it's not in Salem. It's somewhere else. Like it's close. So maybe he's working
If
on a
he,
weed farm, huh? I don't know.
if he work, he could be a weed farm. But I mean, if he's working on a farm, it's definitely not Salem. Salem doesn't have.
No, I
I would
forgot the name of
say.
the town. It's to the
I
left
would,
of Salem, so probably west of it. Jefferson? Does that sound familiar?
yeah, Jefferson does sound familiar. It's out there. Yeah, Jefferson
I
is
think that's what he
definitely a.
called it.
Listen, Jefferson is like a one road town. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, Gunny. It has one gas station. It's like literally one road. You can close your eyes and drive by Jefferson and miss it. That's how. Like, there's probably like 5 houses in Jefferson.
So yeah, I'll be visiting one of those houses. Definitely find out what kind of farm they got out there.
Listen. There's like 5 houses in Jefferson. One little gas station out there, like in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not really the middle of nowhere, but it's like really like isolated out there. Like, it's pretty isolated. Like, if you want to do anything for that guy to leave Jefferson, unless you're gonna like ride a tractor or something, I don't know. But I mean,
That'd
if you
be
want to do
fun.
anything, unless you want to do something that's not farm related or whatever, like ride a horse or some shit, like you're gonna want to leave Jefferson. Jefferson has nothing in it. Like, I don't even think they have a police station there. They might have a post office. I think like a little tiny
Like
like.
a posting hitch or whatever, where it's got a little box. You
They
done
got a
put your
little
mail in it.
I think it's like a legit post office, but it's like tiny. It's a tiny fucking town, dude. Like it really is. What is the population? of
I don't see.
Jefferson?
So okay, yeah, I just don't have all the details, but I think so. But definitely, Jesus, we're coming up there Saturday and Sunday, and then we leave on Monday. So I know that we're going to be in Portland on Sunday. I just don't know what time. So I'll call you. I'll call you. I'll
All right,
text you.
all right. I'm
Say what's
looking at
up. I know you're working. I know
population
you're working.
population of Jefferson, Gunny. All right, I'm looking at right now population of Jefferson. Uh, oh wait, Jefferson is quite a bit south from. It's towards near Albany. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of a different town.
So
So,
maybe I'm
but
thinking.
I have been to Jefferson. I know I have been there because there's like a lake or river there, and people go swimming there, and I've been there.
Yeah.
So I know I've been there. But this is not the town I was thinking of. But still, I know where Jefferson. Now that I'm looking at it on the map, I know where it's at. It's still a tiny town. There's only 3,000 people there, 3,300
Yeah.
people. And Salem, it's a little bit more. Drive about. I want to say. I'm looking where Salem is, and you drive about 30 more minutes or so on the freeway on 5 going north. That's where Salem is. Yeah, you're gonna be about an hour, 2 hours away from me, dude.
Yeah, but I'll also I know I'll be up there because you figure I don't even arrive till Saturday, and then I assume he has a car. He probably drives grandma's old Ford pickup truck from Jefferson out there with a
Nah,
hay bale on the back.
before
And
pickup.
and so yeah, then he'll come over there Saturday. But no, but Kyle said, no, definitely, I want to get with, they're gonna go to a car. Apparently there's a car show. I don't have all the details because Kyle's kind of in charge of everything, right? He's doing most of the driving. He's an adult now. So, but I did tell him, like, hey, I'm gonna go see Jesus on Sunday. So I don't know, maybe, you never know, Jesus. So maybe I'll just stop by the house and we'll say what's up and take some pictures, have a couple
Are you
beers,
getting
whatever.
here? Are you getting here Sunday or Saturday? Saturday.
I'm okay, but I'm not arriving until like probably 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So in
That's
Salem.
fine.
So if you want
I'll
to
go see
drive to
you at
Salem,
3:15.
yeah.
I'll see you.
Uh-huh.
I'll see you at 3:15, Gunny.
Awesome, man. Sounds good. I can't wait. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll be
I'll
there.
of course coordinate and let you know what time we're leaving in the morning. Yeah, I think if we leave by 7, what? So now we're actually a little bit closer to Oregon where we live now. So I think it was 7 hours or 7.5 hours or something. So yeah. And if we're leaving on a Saturday, there's not a lot of traffic. It's Highway 5 is like, it's just a straight shot. So yeah, it's not like we're going to do like the last time where we met in fucking Klamath climbing mountains and shit.
Yeah.
Them fucking windy 2-lane roads. Holy shit, Jesus, that time, dude. I think when you came up and then I almost ran out of fuel the next day in the fucking forest.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when I was going to Bend, dude, I took the long way around through fucking Crater Lake. I was like, oh shit, I was sweating bullets,
Oh man, yeah. No, there's
'Cause
like
I
no
had
gas stations out there. Yeah, you have to make
no
sure
nothing.
you have to
Yeah.
fill up at the big cities, and then you have to drive through the forest. Yeah, because I drove through the Willamette Forest back, and I had to make sure I stopped somewhere to get gas on my way back. I'm like, I got to make sure my shit's full because I was driving through the Willamette Forest, and the Willamette, you lose signal with whatever carrier you have. You could have Verizon,
Yeah.
AT&T, no matter who the fuck you have, you're gonna about AT&T is probably the best out there, which is what I have, but I still lost service for about 4 or 5 miles. And there's nothing out there, dude. There's nothing out. So
No.
like I'm driving out there at night and I'm like, fuck man, if I lose like service, like I have no service right now. If my car breaks down or like my tire blows out, anything happens out here, I'm stuck. Like and then like you don't know who's gonna stop to help you. If it's gonna be a fucking serial killer or what the fuck you don't know, like who the fuck's gonna stop to help you out there, You can't call for help. You got no service, bro. It sucks.
Yeah, I feel like if I ever like, when I was a kid, Jesus, I think I said this before on the show, is like when I watched that movie, it freaked me the hell out. And it was like, was it called Werewolf from London or something? And like, yeah, it was kind of this like a little quirky movie, but like where like, oh, like, haha, like it was a joke. But he's like, no, I actually was bitten by a fucking werewolf and I'm actually turning into one. But like that sound of like the werewolf in the distance. And when it's foggy and it's dark and you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, like, yeah, I would probably just pee my pants, I don't even think I would get out of the car. If I ain't got a bottle of vision, dude, I would pee in the damn car, dude. I would be like,
when you're by yourself,
not getting
when
out of
you're
this car.
when you're by yourself in the forest in a road like that where it's like desolate, like do you see like a car maybe once every 40 minutes? You see a car drive by the other direction or get behind you and pass you or something? Like it's sketchy, bro. It really is. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking, I was like, why did I go this way? Why didn't I just cut across to fucking Bend and go up I-5? Why the fuck did I go this fucking way? I'm like, why the fuck did I choose this? I chose to say 40 minutes. Fuck did I do this? I should have just cut across, went to the other town, and then went north. Anyway,
I didn't hear from you
no.
for like a full day, right? And it was like, I don't know, Jesus hasn't. I wasn't waiting for you to. I made it home safely, Gunny. But it was like, I don't know, the way you described the way coming in, over that mountain. Was,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go that way either.
I mean, the mountain. It was nice in the daytime. It was like it was snow on the ground, but like it wasn't on the road. It was just on the side. So I'm like, I'll be fine. There ain't no snow, and
It was cold.
It was cold. There wasn't no snow, but I'm like,
No.
what if like I hit black ice? What if I slide off the road into a tree or something? I'm fucked.
You might have to drink your own pee, bro.
I'm fucked. I'm gonna have to be out here fighting bears and shit to survive the night.
Eating an old box of crackers that you found you
in my car.
fucking forgot about 2 months ago.
Yeah, like it was pretty wild. Like yeah, like driving back was pretty sketch, especially on that. Like I said, on that stretch of road where you have no service and your phone just says no service. Like,
yeah,
fuck you,
I get that up
no
here
service.
where I live. If I just got on the phone with you right now, and if I drove like down the hill, and then there's no service for like 5 minutes, and then you get service, then you're good for about 15. Then I have to go over my first mountain. Yeah, there's no service for especially T-Mobile. But you're right, AT&T is the best.
Some of those areas are pretty sketchy. Yeah, AT&T I found is probably the best nationwide. Like when you're in rural fucking areas, like in the middle of the desert, like on my way to Vegas last year when I was in the middle of the desert, there was parts where my girlfriend didn't have service, 2 bars or 3 bars. I'm like, still good, still connected to the people. I could still call someone if I needed to.
Yeah.
Hey, come get me. I'm in the desert somewhere. But yeah, yeah, no, yeah. All right, yeah, I'll see you next weekend. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We'll I'll coordinate a little better what time I'm leaving on Saturday.
For sure. Yeah, I work that day, but I'll be off pretty early. I should be able.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just meet at we'll see like where they're going after show or at the hotel room or
Salem or whatever. Like meet up there, or we can meet closer to me, closer to you. I don't drive out there.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Kyle could drop me halfway or whatever. Yeah, it just depends on where his friend is gonna meet at and stuff. Since he'll have most control of the vehicle.
I doubt his friend is gonna be like, let's go to Portland.
No, they already have plans to. They have plans to go to Portland actually.
Okay.
But I don't think so. On Sunday is when they're going, not
okay.
Saturday. Yeah. Right, so Saturday is the car show. Whatever. It's probably like some kind of probably in the parking lot of a
Hey man, if it
Fucking
works out
Safeway,
to
Kroger.
hang out better on Sunday, I'm down to be a little sick that day. If you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, if it would be
I'll
better
be
if you were off Sunday.
I might be a little. I mean, it's Father's Day. Might be a little sick that day.
Hell yeah. Right.
Hang out with Gunny in
Yeah, good.
Portland.
On
I know
Father's Day. That
some.
sounds good.
I know some pretty good spots in Portland. We can hang out and chill and yeah, drink some beers and shit and chill.
Yeah. Give me some fat tire, flat
We
tire, whatever.
we could ride the scooters around. Ride the little green scooters around.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those little guys. Yeah. Those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the little green scooters, yeah, or we could ride the bicycles, the Nike bikes.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sweet,
It's
man.
fucking. It was hot up here though. I'm telling you that. I don't know if it's gonna be hot next weekend, but I do know it was hot as fuck today and yesterday. It was fucking hot as hell, dude.
So where I live at now, Jesus, versus where I used to live, where I'd get that arc fog that rolls in at 6. Oh no, I've got the air conditioner on even now at like 9:30 at night. Like it's like 96, and then it'll stay fucking just hot all day.
Oh,
Like,
next
yeah,
week it doesn't look too hot. It looks like it's gonna be in the upper 70s, so not gonna be
yeah,
90s. Like right now, in Oregon, it's like 90. Today it was 94. Yesterday was 96. I think that's the hottest days we've had all year. This last weekend, from Friday or from Thursday, pretty much till today, it's been above 90. Like every fucking day, it's fucking hot. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah. That's
bad.
how it is up here where I'm up in the hills. Yeah, so it's hot and dry up here. Yeah,
But yeah, hang out with Gunny in Portland. Woo!
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
come hang out with maybe we'll get Jonathan Hall to meet up.
Yeah, I was telling Bill Gardner, I don't know like where he lives or whatever. I'm like, where you at? Where you
Bill
living at? So
Billy
he
moved
moved,
up
I guess,
to
further.
he moved to Washington. I think he lives. I don't know if it's Vancouver or Spokane or even further up. I'm not sure where he lives.
Because he went to work at a different store or something. So now
Yeah. He
he's
sold
got to
this.
move.
He used to live in West Lynn, which is Oregon City, kind of, which is not that far from me. Kind of is a little far, but not like too crazy. Yes. Um, but yeah, that he used to live over there, and now he lives. I think is it Vancouver? I'm not sure if it's Vancouver or further up. One of those towns in Washington. He lives up there somewhere.
Yeah. I always
So
forget how
yeah,
big Oregon is, too. Yeah. It's a big state.
Oregon's pretty fucking big. Yeah, it's pretty
I guess
big.
even if you include like all the stuff that goes all the way to Idaho or whatever, like it's still like
Oh,
a
it's
long
fucking
ways.
here, dude.
Yeah.
From here to like, yeah, it's way shorter to drive from me to California. It's probably like 3-4 hours. From me to Idaho, it's like 8 hours, nine
Have you ever
hours.
done it? Have you ever driven Idaho?
Yeah, I have. I've driven to Ontario, which is like pretty much Ontario is the border city to Boise. So like Boise is right across from Ontario, border city uh to Boise, Idaho from Oregon. And I've driven there, and that's about a 9 hour drive.
I would
About nine
think because you're on
hours.
2-lane road, right? A 2-lane windy
Yeah.
road the whole time
Not
once
really.
you're out of the city.
You could take I-84, which is like a coastal. Like it's not a. I call it a coastal, but it's like it goes along the river, which is a river that divides like Oregon and Washington, and pretty
Mhm.
much it follows the river all the way across the top of Oregon to Idaho. Like it's I-84, it just keeps going forever. And then you have like a few bridges that cross into Washington up there. So I've driven out there a few times, and it's crazy because it goes from being like city green, right? You go to city, then you go to like waterfalls where the waterfalls are, which are pretty popular. You got all this forest and lush shit, and the more you keep driving, the drier it starts to get, and it changes from like woods and foresty shit to like mountain and rocks and then desert. It's just fucking
Yeah.
desert. From like a certain point on, it's just like brown and desert. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck's going? Like, it's a complete different change from Oregon on this side. It's like, are we still in Oregon? The fucking went from like forest to like mountain rocks, and like now it's just like desert. Everything's just
No
desert. Like,
trees. Yeah. No
no tree,
trees.
like
Yeah.
no tree. I got all no trees, like zero trees. and windmills everywhere. There's fucking windmills all over the place over there. Like just fucking windmills left and right over there. Like everywhere is a fucking windmill. Big ass fucking wind farm. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a trip driving out there. Like I said, Oregon's a crazy state because we have every biome. We have like desert, we got mountains, we have snowboarding mountains, ski mountains, we have lakes, coast. We have everything in Oregon. It's a pretty cool state. It's kind of like California, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, pretty much. You really can. You can like, I want to go snowboard. Fucking grab your snowboard and go to the mountain and snow. I want to fucking go to the coast today. You drive to the coast. The difference here is that Oregon is people think that Oregon is like, oh, let's go to the coast. Like, yeah, it's the beach. Like, no, it's not like it's not like a California beach. It's like a
Yeah. Well, okay. So
it's cold.
Like
it's
cold.
Probably like
yeah. Even where I'm at, like it's like okay. Even if it was like 102 degrees, Jesus, like you can say, oh, let's all go to the beach, and people do. They do go to the beach, and kids are brave enough to jump in there, and it is freezing like out there.
Yeah.
So, but
cold.
I think the difference,
cold.
like, well, I don't know if it's called the jet stream or whatever. It's not the jet stream, but the way the ocean moves. So if you right, and if you're in San Diego, it's actually tolerable, right? So the water's actually tolerable. You could actually get in the Malibu or something. Where not up here because it's too close to that water coming down from Alaska. So
it's
I'm sure,
cold,
like,
bro.
trying to
It
get
is
in there.
Get in the water is like fucking 40-degree water. Like it's fucking cold as shit. Like you're gonna be cold as hell getting in that water. And people do it. I've seen people do it all the time, but mostly people that come up here to sometimes they do surfing, like surfing competitions because the waves get kind of big sometimes.
Yeah, well, even with a wetsuit, right? Like it's still cold, right? You're just not gonna probably freeze or whatever. But still, it's not very comfortable.
People do.
I've done it. I've done it with a wetsuit. I've gone jet skiing in a wetsuit, so still pretty fucking cold. Not in an ocean, but more in the bay.
Yeah,
near San Francisco, not in San Francisco, but further in. Still fucking cold though.
It's fucking cold up here. Like I said, people don't think that Oregon coast is like some nice beach. Like you're gonna go saying, "Oh, it's a nice beach." Like, yeah, no, it's nice to look at, but it ain't nice.
Nice to sit at.
Cold. Yeah, you can go and chill. Yeah, it's pretty nice. A lot of seals and shit. You might see whales sometimes.
Yeah, I do see whales every so often as well. There's a place I go to on Friday called Fort Bragg. So, and they have like, I wouldn't say like, I guess when it's whale mating season or whatever, they have abalone you can dive for, and I think that's banned, but pretty nice coastal area.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I look forward to you coming up here. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. I've always driven through Salem, and this time explore a little bit, and
Salem is cool. It's not like Portland though. Like people think like Salem is because it's the capital of Oregon that it's like a big city. It is, but it's not. It's a big city that has like a small town. It's a weird town. It's not like a big city.
It doesn't look like it's got that population.
It's big, but it's not that big. You know what I mean? Like go to fucking like Portland. That's big. Eugene is big, but Salem is not that big. I mean, it's big, but it's not like a big city. Even Portland doesn't really feel like a big city. It's a city, but it's not like a huge city. It's kind of weird. It's weird to explain. You'll get it when you'll know what I mean. It's not like a California big city. It's not like fucking San Francisco or something.
Yeah, or Sacramento or LA or something like that. Those are big landmass areas.
Yeah, that's a big fucking. Those are big cities. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, I look forward to seeing you, Gunny. Just let me know, man. We'll get the Mayo out here too at some point.
Yeah. Right. Mayo off. You should come out.
Get Mayo to come out here. Yeah, get Mayo out here. Anyways, you can find us on everything, people. Like I said, share us with your friends and family. Find me on everything as Jesus Walks Lot. And where can we find you, Gunny?
Gunny Chief. One word. That's my gamer tag. I'm on everything, mostly. All Steam, right. Epic, you name it.
Find the Mayo on everything as the Mayo 1. I don't know what it is. The Mayo 1 is on something. But find him and find us.
Mayo 1.
And we're sorry about the audio issues online. I'm going to blame Mayo completely. He's not here to defend him. That's all on Mayo. Mayo fucked it up.
It's his fault.
Mayo had one job. Mayo screwed that job up.
But he fixed it. So hats off to him for fixing that.
At least he fixed his mess up. But yeah. Anyways, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.